Jar Jar, maybe.
Now, why is it taking people so long to figure out that these movies have always been like
I don't
bad
know.
writing?
But
and
like so far, there's been like 40 or 50 like official reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, and it says the worst Rotten Tomatoes rating since Phantom Menace, the one with Jar Jar, the one that everyone made they lost their fucking.
You mean
minds.
the best one?
Yeah, the best in some people's opinions, the best. Yeah.
I just went to go do a Jar Jar impression, and I'm like, I don't even know if that's woke in 2019.
It isn't. Don't, Gail.
By the way, in that movie, there are so many very weirdly racist characters.
Like the Trade Guild is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's kind of like Asian people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like a very overt. It's the kind of accent that could get a Shane Gillis in trouble.
Yeah.
But for some reason, then you could get away with it. And then there was the guy, and he had like stubble, and he was kind of like I feel like Jewish or like a Jewish Italian kind of mix.
Yeah.
And that was very uncomfortable.
I never got why everybody hated Jar Jar, because when I was a little kid, I just thought, this guy is so much fun.
I'm telling you, my cousin, so cute, and she was just a little thing, and she had never seen any of the other Star Wars movies. And so to her, that was Star Wars.
Yeah.
And she was like, why would there ever be a problem with Jar Jar Binks? What would be the problem with Jar Jar Binks?
He's great comic relief.
He was fun. He was just a fun, silly dude who was along for the journeys.
Yeah. He said people gonna die?
Stop, Gail.
Oh, okay, I wasn't sure. I forgot.
Vito, dump out of that. Also, Emperor Palpatine was like a boomer for like the for the Star Wars universe.
Okay,
and
Palpatine.
that's ageist.
Yeah.
The whole thing's a fucking joke. Star Wars is. I
But now,
can't.
when it's gonna have bad reviews, that means people are gonna hate it, or it's just like,
Well, the last one had great reviews, but people hated it.
Yeah.
which one was that?
The Last Skywalker.
This is The Last Skywalker.
No, this is the Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, the last one's The Last Jedi.
The Last
Yeah.
Jedi was the last one.
The last one is where he drank that blue milk right
was
out of the
chugging-
tea.
yeah, he was
That's
chugging
all I remember.
Alien titty milk.
Blue Chew or Blue Milk?
I'm sorry for anyone who hasn't seen it yet, but Luke Skywalker drinks some sort of a monster just straight from the titty.
Yeah. And I watched that on a flight, and I just fast forwarded to every part where Luke was on the screen because I had no time because I heard of all the bad reviews. And
You're not a Leia fan?
I mean, I guess I stayed for
could
Leia
you
because I
say
knew
that?
she died.
How dare you, sir?
I apologize.
Um,
And it was fucking horrendous, and people hated it. People really despised that last Star Wars movie, and it wasn't good. I agree.
Well, my big problem with it was if you watch that movie, like usually they're on some kind of adventure or something, and in that movie, the whole time they were just like in a ship running away from another ship. And then there was a casino part that was a little adventurous.
that was preposterous. That scene. I mean,
I
that
missed
was
that. Luke wasn't in it.
Yeah, I mean that was ridiculous. That
I
scene,
knew
it was so silly.
This trilogy was in trouble when I saw that first one. If you remember, I saw the first one, this trilogy, at 6 a.m. the day it came out.
Dumb bastard.
And I remember the first line in the movie, after all these years, was Oscar Isaac making a funny little joke to the bad guy, being like, should I talk or should you talk? Who should talk? Which one of us should talk? And I was like, oh, that's how you're kicking this whole thing off right now.
Yeah, but that's everyone. Go back and watch all the old ones. They all have that super cringe dialogue that, I mean, across the board. They've always been like that.
Yeah,
it's just you were younger.
Yeah, and rewatching the original trilogy, it's really slow and it's really.
And by the
strange.
way, what my cousin felt about the Jar Jar, I felt that way about Ewoks. I heard that Star Wars fans were like, oh, these Ewoks. I'm like, why would you not want these little Teddy Ruxpins running around? They're adorable. But that's because I was little and it was for me. That movie was for me.
I love the Ewoks as well. And there was also like made for TV Star Wars. I think it was made for TV, like Ewok only movies. It just took place on, I believe the planet's Endor.
You know what I think could help Star Wars? There's no sex scenes.
Yeah, there isn't.
There's no sex
Well, there's the
scenes.
kiss between Luke and Leia. I like that.
The incest kiss?
Yeah, the incest kiss.
Well, and then there's the titty milk scene that you guys brought up before.
I don't know if it's supposed to be sexual, but it is. But I think that would do well for them.
yeah, but then
Like I think that would get everyone involved again.
Who do you want to see hook up with who?
I don't know all the characters. Definitely a Gungan of sorts. I want a Tatooine sex scene.
That's
on the desert.
Okay.
Yeah, I want a consensual Jabba the Hutt and Leia
Consensual.
sexy. Like I don't want anything like wrong to happen.
That's something you obviously have Googled, but you didn't put consensual.
There's plenty of fan fiction about
I guess
Leia.
that is also kind of a sex scene. It's an implied sex slave scene.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I mean, I think we're all so like I don't know how long.
is the assumption that he already raped her or that he was going to?
I don't see. I'm thinking about it. I don't know how long Leia was down in that pit with Jabba the Hutt.
I know.
So I think the assumption is that something already might have happened, or at least Jabba tried. I don't know.
I mean, I don't. This is getting dark, but who dressed her? You know what I mean? Like she didn't willingly put that bikini on.
Probably one of those little rat monsters.
Probably
that was
Boba
hanging
Fett.
or Boba Fett. Yeah, because Boba Fett was kind of like Jabba the Hutt's like fucking errand boy.
You
Because
could,
he was the one fucking trying to get Han Solo in that block of cement.
you could also say a sex scene was when Luke gets inside the Tauntaun,
No, that's not.
No, that's just that's a survival scene.
but he got all up in them guts.
No, that's gross.
That's just a fucking euphemism, bro.
That's wrong.
No, this trilogy's fucked. They also said that maybe it's because of fatigue from Star Wars, since there's the TV show and there's a movie
Yeah,
every
there's
year
a
now.
lot.
And
There's
now-
a lot.
and Disney just wants more Star Wars. And there's, I think, there's 2 other Star Wars TV shows for Disney Plus gonna come. They're gonna come out next year.
Okay, hold on. Travis has an explanation for the blue milk. Hey, Travis.
Gail, it's just a theory here, but the original movie, 1977, A New Hope, there is a deleted scene where Luke's aunt is shown filling a glass with blue milk and then bringing it into their kitchen on the moisture farm in Tatooine where they live.
Mm-hmm.
And Luke drinks it, implying that it's some type of childhood drink that he likes. So it's a super deep Easter egg to a deleted scene, in the original movie.
Right.
I thought he was drinking blue milk in the first movie. Like there is a scene of him drinking blue milk. I don't think it was deleted.
Interesting. Well, that's it. I mean, that's like his chocolate milk, essentially.
His Red Bull.
And now he goes straight for the source. I'm not kidding. I think that might have been, and I'm talking about the Jar Jar everything. That might be the worst Star Wars moment.
It was
like
just-
that was so uncomfortable and weird.
It was
And
so
I'm saying
long.
that as a breastfeeding mother.
That's right.
Okay, it was wrong.
Awful.
Cover up, weird monster guy on the cliff.
It just didn't end. It was like it just went on forever.
It was so weird.
I don't know.
But
if
yeah,
that's
I think that's to me. I think that's got to be their Star Wars' cringiest moment.
the worst thing in Star Wars. Or the worst moment. That's pretty bad. But I also think that if you go back and watch the first Star Wars, the first lightsaber battle is painfully bad to watch.
Is it really?
It's pretty bad. Fucking Darth Vader. I think it's the first. I'm referencing the Darth Vader and fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi. That I think is the worst moment in all 9 Star
Wait,
Wars.
doesn't it?
fucking
He
movies.
just like collapsed.
He just disappears, which it was explained later because he becomes one with the Force or whatever. But it's
Yeah.
just very slow, and the
and
choreography.
doesn't he like not put up much of a fight?
No, the actual fight itself isn't much of a fight. They're standing there talking to each other,
Right.
calmly talking to each other, and I guess fighting for the universe.
What is the worst Star Wars moment? Or 844 Rocket? If you want to defend a Jar Jar Binks, that's fine. Vito, what do you? Vito's on the phone.
Vito's on the
but
phone.
I think that even the action aspects of it they're for kids. Like it's not.
Yeah.
There's not much of a fight because it's just like they're just knocking around each other. You're not going to see like blood and guts in it.
No, and I guess because even in the lightsaber fights, there's no blood because the fucking lightsaber is so hard it cauterizes all the wounds. There's no blood ever in any of the fucking Star Wars movies. But I stand by that fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi, Darth Vader fight in Star Wars: New Hope is the worst moment in Star Wars.
Hey, Mike in Canada.
Yes, tomorrow. Hi, Gail.
Hey.
The lightsaber has got to be the greatest invention of any movie, like fantasy, whatever. Doesn't everybody want to have a lightsaber? I know I want to have a lightsaber.
I mean, I guess it stood the test of time. Like kids still really romanticize the lightsaber. I
They
feel.
love it, and I liked it when I was a kid. It's pretty cool, fucking
Yeah,
laser sword.
I like that Darth Maul double one though. That's the
sure.
one I want.
Yeah, that's sold.
See, that's
and that was the
movie
worst reviewed movie of them all.
Oh my
Fucking Darth
God,
Maul.
Ron is gonna kill us when he realizes this turned into nerd talk. immediately
Yeah.
without him.
Yeah, I don't think so.
He
like
is
that.
not going to be pleased, and
No.
we're going to get called nerds, especially you, Chris.
Well, yeah, well,
'cause
I
you
am a
actually
nerd.
are.
Yeah.
You front like you're a cool guy, but this dude, he likes dragons.
I love dragons. I love fantasy.
He likes cartoon porn.
Yeah. Look, I just brought it. There's plenty of fan fiction with Jabba the Hutt and Miss Leia Organa.
Sergio in Manhattan. You're on Star Wars Talk with Chris and Gail. Hey, Sergio.
Hey guys, Gail.
Hey.
There's an updated scene of that scene that Chris was talking about, the one with Darth Vader fights Alex McGinnis. What's his name?
How do you know Alex McGinnis is not his actual name?
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi fights Darth Vader. There's an updated scene. Look for it. It'll blow you away.
Dude, I've seen it, and it's not even that good. They tried to update it. It
What are you
didn't work.
talking about?
I'm talking about that. It's not that good. And the original one's so bad, it's not. You're not able to fucking update it. That's
So
me.
it's a Gail. Let her be the judge.
I don't know.
Bye,
I
Sergio.
think all the weird updated scenes are bizarre. Like every time they tried to add something, it was weird.
Because when he basically did reformatted versions of the first trilogy, he had more Jabba the Hutt scenes. Jabba the Hutt looked fucking totally out of place.
Hey, Ed in Vermont, what's the worst Star Wars scene? It's Star Wars Talk with Chris
This is the
and Gail.
fucking worst one.
Which
when,
one?
Natalie Portman falls out of the spaceship, falls a couple of 100 feet into a sand dune, is unconscious, and then the guy comes up to her and she jumps up, shouts orders, and takes off full sprint after being unconscious.
Is he on some sort of like a green monster?
You know what I think it is actually her death scene.
Oh, that's bad.
That's the worst. That scene where there is a robot nurse. Okay, so she just delivered the twins, right?
Yeah. Luke and
And then
Leia.
there's a robot nurse who has to explain to Darth Vader. Is it?
I think
he has to explain to somebody.
It's Anakin who eventually becomes Darth Vader.
And then like,
oh no, it's Obi-Wan.
why she died, and then a robot says she lost the will to live. All right, she can't say it because the
Yeah.
reason she lost the will to live
Yeah.
is because her husband killed a bunch of baby Jedis.
Yeah, it was he killed foundlings or something. Not foundlings, younglings.
Yeah. So
Here she is dying.
you're the foundling, Chris.
This is really sad.
No. But you have to get the robot saying it. It's more about the robot
God damn it.
reacting. Look at old Yoda. Who even
Stupid
wants
old
him
Yoda.
any?
He's garbage.
I'm all baby Yoda. I don't want boomer Yoda.
I feel like the droids and the have too much personality. I don't know who was creating them in the Star Wars universe, but they all seem like trash.
There was a cool bug one in the Bill Burr episode.
I don't
It was
watch
like a
The
bug.
Mandalorian,
You should. Bill Burr's in it.
but he's not playing a good guy, so I don't want to.
I mean, why? I mean, he clearly would have to be a villain.
Is he a fucking like a bounty hunter?
Hey, Greg in Texas.
Hey, Gail, how you doing?
Doing good. How about you, Greg?
Oh, doing great. Last time you called me Texas, Greg, I kind of like that nickname.
All right, Texas Greg. I mean, you just tell when you call in, you're Texas Greg. That's you.
Oh, perfect. I have this uncle, and it's real weird. Like my grandfather, he's only told me he loved me one time in my life, but he still gives me a hug every time I see him. My uncle always shakes my hand, but he insists on inviting me to the Star Wars movies every time they come out.
Well, you know,
And
I can't watch them in the theater. I made that decision after the blue milk incident that I'm like, I can't possibly go back. Look who just walked in. Ron Bennington.
Did you guys start without me today?
We had to. We have a hard start. time.
Yeah, it's 20 after. That's our hard start.
I hope you're okay with this. I've actually just turned this into nerd talk.
Good.
And me and Chris just did 20 minutes on Star Wars. And I had to say, Ron's going to kill us when he finds out how nerdy this show
Sorry,
is.
Ron.
Wait till Texas Greg finds out. I think he's going to be appalled. His grandfather doesn't even love him. No, I was very, very busy, putting together some gift packs for Juju's teachers.
Thank you so much.
It's fun, isn't it? It's like a fun little thing.
I really appreciate that. I was in a pinch.
Yeah.
I found out, you have to give teachers presents.
Yeah, of course
for
you do.
Christmas.
I remember.
And then I've got 2 teachers, and then there's an administrator and a
Yeah.
principal, and I got to do all of them.
Yeah, or else no. You got to do it, dude. They'll end up hating your kid.
Oh, God.
It's the smart move. I remember when I was 6th grade, it was our first male teacher, and he got 30 bottles of High Karate and Aqua Velva, and he's like this. He's just sitting with all these bottles of fucking stinky, cheap cologne, right? And he's like this. You kids trying to tell me something? And I remember taking it in and going, he is going to love this. You know what I mean? Because it's a masculine gift. Yeah, I saw the new Star Wars last night. I stayed out for the midnight show. So fucking good.
Is it?
Wraps everything up. You know what I mean? Puts it in a pretty bow.
Good.
And off we go. You know, I saw Jermaine Lassier's sad review at 3:00 in the
He
morning.
was very
I guess.
unhappy with
Yeah.
it.
Well, he was just. It wasn't what he wanted.
Oh.
But then he went back and showed a thing from 2002 when he was standing out front of the Ziegfeld for days or whatever it was, and Triumph the Insult Dog came by and made fun of the nerds. And I was fucking laughing like a little girl. It was the funniest thing. It was so mean, and yet everybody kind of was in on the joke. Like that whole, yeah, we get it. We're nerds. All right? Now, did you guys see the new Star Wars yet?
No, just the trailers. I've not seen it. Just have heard the
I've
bad
seen all the
reviews.
Mandalorians, by the way.
I like this Princess Leia better. You know what I mean? I think,
She's
yeah.
better?
I was thinking, I wish she died in 77. You know what I mean? I think we would have had something. Happy birthday, Vito.
Happy birthday!
birthday.
Thank you.
Sweet birthday, baby.
Thank you, guys.
If you watched Russian Doll.
Oh, no.
Russian Doll reference.
You know what? I don't, because all my entertainment's flying by so fast, the
Yeah.
references are out
I
the door.
know.
It just happens too fast.
Well, just remember how we used to be quote movie quote. Like you would watch movies so much that you could recite them,
yeah.
and now I'm just taking in too much content
Remember
at all
my,
times.
remember my great quote? You Blade Runner! Can't do it anymore.
No,
Can't do that
can't.
anymore.
We were just talking about how most of the Star Wars, what was that episode? What those early episodes? You can't.
Episode 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do any of those voices because they were all weirdly racist. You know, they were
No,
all
that was
oh,
episode 1 and 2.
Yeah, that was 1. Yeah.
That's when they decided, hey, these are the Hasidic
Right.
Jews. And
Right,
these are the-
exactly.
Asian.
Yeah. Well, if anything, I hope everyone understands we owe George Lucas an apology because J.J. Abrams destroyed my adulthood. Can I get that T-shirt going? These things are fucking fan fiction now. You know what I mean? Disney doesn't give a shit. Why should they?
By the way, there's some cool things about The Mandalorian, but it 100% feels like fan fiction.
Yeah.
It feels like, what if we use the Star Wars universe, but we made a Western TV show? That's kind of the premise and feel. So there's things about it that's very cool, but you're this isn't really Star Wars. It doesn't really feel like it, except for you're oh yeah, I've seen that species before.
The Yoda species.
Yeah.
But now it's a baby.
Which they still haven't said, what is the Yoda species?
They've never said it. And you look it up online, there is an unnamed species.
Wow, it's adorable.
Yoda species is unnamed.
There's no
Yeah.
name for it.
Well, let's name it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I say worm boys.
I think maybe on The Mandalorian, because they don't call him Baby Yoda, obviously. That's just what everyone else is calling. I'm pretty sure he's just the kid.
Oh, that's cute.
I know it is cute.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a silent film Star Wars. It's just piano, just nothing but piano. John Williams can't even keep up with it anymore, right? He just said, "Fuck it, I'm
No, I
too
don't think
old." And
he's-
there's a new movie every 3 days.
He's used up.
I really, to me, I mean, this is just what happens when the baby birds can't be fed enough. You're not gonna have quality.
I know.
There's another 2 TV shows coming out. Disney Plus, there's Star Wars, and there's going to be another movie out, I think, next year.
I wish they put Peter Pan in one of these Star Wars. You know what I mean?
Why not?
Crossover. Vito's birthday.
I know.
What's your girlfriend got planned for you tonight? A little yup.
Well, we're going to dinner tonight at some place downtown.
Oh, someplace downtown. It sounds exciting.
Way downtown.
I just forgot the name of it.
Yeah.
It's like American Psycho. Go to Cipriani's.
Cipriani's is really good. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. It's really delicious. Yes, the people are a little too attractive that go there. Well, there's one up here. There's one on the Upper East Side that is just the very wealthy elderly.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one down in Soho is just like Euro billionaires.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the one that I go to. You know,
Yeah,
me and
that's
my
cool.
model girlfriends. I hang out with models, but quite frankly, I don't hit on them. You know what I mean? They're more friends. They're world travelers, and they're fun to be around. They're very thin.
By the way, we were talking Star Wars, but
Oh,
I
man.
did
Sorry I
not
missed it.
discuss Adam Driver, even though I thought about it because I wanted to wait until you were here.
All right. I get it. I was late. You know, there's a lot going on.
Don't
right
forget,
now.
I mean, you were late. And I did save the Adam Driver for you.
I literally, well, I'm not even going to get into it, but just know this, everybody, and I don't want to ruin Vito's big day, but Daddy's life is a disaster. You know what I mean? And I'm about. I think one more problem about really hitting the bottle again. Just one more thing comes up today,
No.
Chris,
Yeah.
and I'm back on the bottle. And then it's like, chill out, Gail.
Oh, no.
Gail, chill out, Gail. Vito, play that clip. I'm kidding. Everything's
we don't
fine.
have it.
Everything's fine. It was Earl's fault. For the mysterious things that happened. It's all Earl's fault. Adam Driver and his character, and this is a spoiler alert, gets anally raped in the new Star Wars.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So fucking good.
It's intense.
Yeah. And the great scene is as he's walking away with his pants off, right? I mean, he's just destroyed. I mean, finally, you know, the light wins. But there's just little, like, every couple steps, just another small drip of cum. And I don't know. I'm not even sure whether that's CGI. I don't know how it all works.
I think it's puppetry mostly. That's why it looks so good. It looks so real.
Yeah.
You know?
Don't even get me started on Big Bird. So Adam Driver was doing the Terry Gross get together.
Fresh air.
Yeah, Fresh Air with Terry Gross. Come on in. Seems like your career's gone pretty good. Last copy. I'm sorry, Terry. I can't put my volume up any louder. Adam Driver's in here with us. And by in here with us, I mean 2 cities away. No one's ever face to face. with Terry
No,
Gross.
she's in Philly.
Why does she pick Philly?
I don't know. I guess the Hoagies.
Who is she? Fucking Hoagie Dom. But who is she? Mike Douglas, the modern day Mike Douglas?
What if when Hoagie Dom comes in, it's actually Terry Gross?
Go out of my mind. I'd like to give you a piece of this hoagie, but I'm so far away. Don't say that I'm not in front of you. If I did that show, I'd be, you look nice today, Terry, but your nipples are hard. That's just Ron kidding around, teasing, and we need some of that today on Fresh Air. So Adam Driver does the show, and I guess this is the thing about Adam Driver. He doesn't like to look at himself performing, and he doesn't like to hear his own voice. Mm-hmm. And if you've ever listened to Terry Gross, she'll go, we're going to play a 2-hour clip out of the movie.
It's the whole movie.
So she fucking hits the clip, right? And he gets up and just walks out.
It's so great. Well, he's phobic about it. Like, he cannot handle it.
Yeah.
So he has removed himself from the situation.
But don't you think this is the worst job you could have? I mean, there's so many other jobs that you could have if you don't want to look at yourself or hear yourself.
I get it, but I also know that actors, particularly actors of the screen,
Screen actors.
they're not necessarily A-type personalities. Look at, say, a Robert De Niro. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a personality who enjoys, you know, being with other people and interviews and all that kind of stuff. So it wouldn't shock me if he would be the kind of person who wouldn't want to see his own face.
I don't know. He's a professional. He knows he has to look at his work and try to improve upon it.
Yeah, I know, but I think like they're more introverted and anxious than, say, your actor of the stage, who is like, let me entertain you.
Gotta dance.
Come, my
There's
children.
no business like show business. Where are you going, Adam?
I was thinking we would do another box step here. What do you guys think?
So I was watching this, right? I was watching The Fresh Air, and I was sitting with Gene Hackman. And Gene just looks at me and goes, "What is wrong with him?" Wildcat, what's he talking about? I understand how he feels. I understand 100% how he feels, because I don't want to look at Adam Driver or listen to his fucking voice.
It's so low. It's a very low register.
I think the thing that got to him is they were playing that stupid song that he was singing in Marriage Story.
Right.
And I think that would have sent me out too.
I was thinking that as well.
Because I walked out of my living room. I could not stand that scene. When you're going, this is a great movie, that's one of the two big scenes that really got to me.
Right. I mean, to me, my husband had the same feeling. Like, he liked the movie, but that moment to him felt very untruthful.
I mean, it doesn't even come close to untruthful. It's like a goddamn lie that things like that happen. It was like a weird fantasy scene.
Yes, that's
and
how I felt
also
it
the
was.
whole fucking egomaniac thing of, let me take a song that's not mine and act like it is. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I can't stand about that kind of singing, is like, you're acting like if you wrote this, I'd have to sit there and suck your dick, but you didn't write it. This is as much my song as it is yours. You have no right to these feelings.
But yet they explained so much.
I don't think they explained anything. I'm going to be totally honest. I think it just came across as madhouse.
But yeah, I think if I was in that position, I probably wouldn't leave. I would just sit there and be the most uncomfortable I've ever been. If somebody was like, now let's look at, because I don't like to hear my own voice.
Me neither.
I hate it.
And nobody likes it, but you're a professional.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to sit there and
Do the press.
pretend
Dude,
that
I have
you're
to
not
go
uncomfortable.
every creep show. I go, does the spotlight really have to be that bright? Because it feels really odd. You know what I mean? Like,
Just seems like I'm so much brighter than everyone else.
is it going to follow me wherever I go? I can't step out of it for a fucking minute. But that's it, man. You know, you want to fucking do this or not?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got 3 movies coming out at the same time. Stop acting like you don't have a giant fucking ego.
Mm-hmm.
You do, or you wouldn't do this at all. You'd be an accountant.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, oh, I don't know. I'm trying to count up all these numbers. That was my nerd thing, trying to tie in with the Star Wars thing that I missed earlier. But what's his name? Ricky Williams. He had some kind of anxiety problems, right? So after the game, he had to be interviewed, and he would put the helmet. He put his helmet on for the interviews with the shield, the mirrored shield down, and everyone's like, "You're not going to be able to stay into this game. You're not going to be able to do this."
That's hilarious.
Oh, impeachment going on, huh?
Yeah.
No wonder you guys are talking about Star Wars.
I know. Well,
Oh, wait, there's
Happening
Trump.
right
He's
there.
walking out to the helicopter. He's giving the victory sign to everybody, and off he goes. That's it. Yeah, he says, he goes, you know what? I don't really need it. I got a lot of fucking golf courses I can go to.
oh, by the way, today is the last day to order Bennington shirts if you want them in time for Christmas. So if you're looking to gift them for Christmas, go to iBank Shop right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one for Christmas for myself. There's some great pictures up on social media. We should gather them and do something with them. All right, Vito, it's your big birthday today, and we wanted to have just a great party for you. Now you do coke and heroin, right? Because this is. Let me know if you have any allergies before we start. I'm doing.
Just say it's heroin.
I do what I call the Mrs. Maisel cast cocktail. That's me. That's me. That's a disease. That's a disease. I have it too. I have the same disease, so I can do it. You know what I mean? That's our D word. But Chris has put together a lovely song for you, and your friend Earl's bringing something in too.
Happy birthday to you. Happy 27th birthday, Vito. It's time for Salad Club. Salad is good for you.
I like salads.
And it's good for me too. The club that discusses all the ingredients of their salads. Yum! Lettuce. It's Salad Club on the Bennington Show.
How about some lettuce?
I like lettuce.
Happy birthday, Vito.
Happy birthday.
Are we doing Salad Club?
Yeah, we're doing Salad Club. Something you've wanted for a long time.
Years.
Particularly, this is a gift from Chris because he's been so anti-Salad Club.
Yeah.
Never really get the point of Salad Club. I don't really eat salad.
Well, what's great is that really full, satisfied feeling that you have
Yeah.
at the end of the salad.
And like, you know how you normally enjoy like meat and bread and cheese?
Yeah.
Replace that with fresh greens.
I don't want a fresh
Chris,
green.
you get to talk about all of the ingredients that make your salad perfect for you.
Well, what are you doing here? Vito should get first salad. It's
Yeah.
his.
Yeah.
Walk it over.
Yes, go ahead and do that.
Give the man a salad. It's a special day.
Run, Earl. So we
Run.
could all do this like it's a show and not just. As he stood there the whole time, I said, Vito should get. He goes, I was going to walk it over.
He's lying. He's just making up
I know,
lines.
but let's not ruin salad.
I won't. No,
let's
this is
keep it
Salad Club.
positive.
There's ingredients to talk about.
And you were already fucking late today, Chris. So
I
the
apologize.
last thing you want to do is put your foot back in the bucket.
I don't. I want to keep my feet bucket free.
Can I just tell you what happened to me today?
Yes, I would love to hear.
I thought I did the Eddie Trunk show. I had no idea. I just had one of those things where I was just co-hosting with Eddie, and 20 minutes in, he goes, "What are you doing here?"
I had no idea that's where you were.
Yeah. And I'm like, good. I go, I don't do this show. I'm going, good. I don't know anything about metal. Where are you going now, Earl?
There was specific salads, and he needs to know
Well,
what
yes,
specific
everyone had
salad.
different salad orders.
Where are you going with the salads?
Keep Salad Club positive.
You gave him a salad, right?
Yes,
Now you give salads to who?
everyone else.
Yes.
But did you give him the wrong salad? Is that what happened?
That's what we're trying to figure out.
You didn't get the salad you wanted, Vito?
No, I don't even know what this one is.
All right.
Does it have guac in it? Or
Earl
whatever?
should not be running Salad Club.
I know. Or anything.
Something tells me this is his. I've got it.
Earl.
I put in a very specific order because I hear Vito order it most days.
So this is you.
There's quinoa and shredded kale and
Give
sweet
this to Vito.
potatoes.
I'm pretty sure that's him.
Mine says Vito Calise on it, though.
Thank you, Gail.
I wanted Salad Club to be a lot more,
I know.
you know what I mean?
this
We're
is his
we're about to
favorite.
get into Salad Club. You guys are going to tell me what's in all your salads. I'm going to tell you what's in mine.
That's what Salad Club's all about?
Yeah.
Yeah. First rule of Salad Club is you do talk about Salad
You know what
Club.
I do hate is like when I go to smoke cigars in a club and people start doing that.
Isn't
Do
it
they
annoying?
talk about it like wine, where they're like, "Oh, this has like a chocolatey taste with
Yeah.
little leather notes"?
Yeah.
I would imagine it's similar.
And then you're supposed to look at the ash with them. Like, look at that. Look how long the ash is.
It's ash. Is that a good thing?
What? Ash?
Long ash?
Yeah. Means that the thing's rolled properly.
That's like it's like legs for wine. Like, oh, look at the
I don't
legs.
have to
on
say
this.
this, but I got a half a lime in my salad.
Are you supposed to eat the rind?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, thanks. You switched up. No, that's Earl.
Earl, what are you doing with
He
Salad
didn't
Club?
take his.
Earl, your salad club.
There's a salad sitting in there.
Earl, why would you
Earl
get
doesn't
extra
even
salads?
know his own salad. Earl, I'm gonna give a spoiler of your salad. Is yours a kale Caesar salad?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so take that salad to him.
Well, what's the salad in there with you, Earl?
This is a hummus.
That's me.
Oh my God, Chris! Salad Club's a
He
fucking
almost tried to
disaster.
eat. He almost ate something he didn't order.
Earl, aren't you? No, you're not. I'm not even going to ask.
What?
Are you aware of reality? Did you know what you ordered?
Oh God, that was it. I thought you were going to say something
Yeah,
horrible.
I thought something really bad. I
But
thought we were
what
going to hit
is
the
it that
dump
he
button.
couldn't say it on the air? All right, sorry, Salad Club got off to such a.
It's you can't. This can't be ruined because I've been waiting for this.
All right, what is your salad, Vito?
All right, let me look because Chris has heard me say my salad a lot.
By the way, I'm grossed out by this cardboard bowl.
Are you?
Yeah, it's
I'm
really
not because
disgusting
it's
to me.
good for the environment. A good salad.
Not
this
this
is
environment, not the environment of eating.
I wish it was styrofoam.
All right,
I wish it was a nice fucking actual bowl.
my salad. It's a kale base. All right, with blackened chicken, quinoa, sweet potato, curry cauliflower, with a light pesto vinaigrette and some light hot sauce. Oh, and did I mention the spicy broccoli?
You
Yeah, I
did.
think you did. I think I heard you say it twice.
This is the exact thing that Vito used to do in the office when he was eating healthy, and it would drive Chris absolutely
Chris?
insane.
Because I don't need to hear about all the ingredients in your food.
Why are
But
you
it's
doing
his
this on salad? Yeah, you
birthday.
do.
It's his birthday.
This is what
go.
friends share.
Just go with it. Just tell me what's in your salad.
I think there's some mescalone.
What?
Mescaline.
Mescaline.
Masculine.
There's let's see. There's some tomato.
That's
There-
neat.
I guess
It is neat.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to comment.
Isn't it a nightshade? The tomato?
It is.
It is.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
It's a nightshade.
Those are bad for your stomach.
Still
Yeah,
want to
they're
eat
not
them
good for
though.
you.
Still want to eat them. There's some tortilla chips in this salad.
Is that a salad?
That's
or
interesting.
is it a
Sounds like a
taco?
taco.
Taco bowl.
Okay.
Some grilled chicken, and some avocado. Vito.
Now I'm interested why you didn't go for the blackened chicken thighs. Why you just went for the grilled chicken?
I've never ordered from this place.
He's
before.
healthy first. And he
I
likes it
guess.
grilled.
Well, Vito, would you like to hear what's in my
I
salad?
would love to hear
Now,
what's
here's
in-
something kind of unique.
Yeah.
Mine is a kale romaine base mix. And romaine is great right now because I might get a coli, which is really fun.
Oh, yeah, that's exciting.
Okay, you guys are all eating chicken, but this is a falafel as my main. Tomato, onion, cucumber, feta cheese with tahini.
Wow, nice.
Nice.
Nice. That
It's
sounds
very
good.
Mediterranean, you know. And it's pretty cool. Like, it's also vegetarian
And-
because I care about everything.
The hummus almost acts as its own dressing. So
And the
Does it?
tahini. Don't forget the tahini.
yeah, you can't forget the tahini.
I'm trying to.
Please don't.
This is a great salad club.
Now imagine Salad Club, but in a small office.
Like,
Sounds
very
fun.
tight where you're inches away from each other's face and filth.
Yeah, and it's really just usually Gail and I talking to each other about our salad while Chris moans.
Or I silently eat a sandwich of some sort.
This is, mine is oddly unsatisfying.
Really?
Oh no!
You too, Ron?
You do?
What is yours?
I got green stuff in there, a couple little crunchy things. I got half a lime, which is exciting.
Yeah. Squeeze it in for fun. Just give it a little essence.
Too limey. Well, mine was great. I'm done. So full.
Earl.
I'm feeling the opposite, Ron.
Yeah, I got a kale Caesar with some romaine, some chicken, Parmesan crisp, Parmesan shaved, lime squeeze.
Then why didn't you take that? Why did you go and take the
I
hummus one?
was making sure everyone else got taken care of.
No, you weren't. You took Gail's salad.
the
I-
exact opposite.
These are salad club lies, is what this is.
Salad Club does not like liars.
I'm the as you notice, I'm not the one. I'm not eating yet because I wanted to make sure everyone was
Everybody's eating.
okay. I wanted to make sure everyone was taken care of.
part of
Why are you yelling at the birthday boy?
I'm trying
It's
to.
his 27th
You came in
birthday.
here and you destroyed the
my
thing by
sweet
handing
birthday.
out wrong salads. Now you're screaming at the birthday guy.
And I acted pretty calm and cool when he ruined my birthday
I
to
love
start. And now he's screaming at me?
Yeah.
On Salad Club Day. They've been waiting for years.
Hey, did anyone notice that Earl and Ron have the same salad?
Oh,
It's
wow.
interesting.
Now I feel like the Earl of the Bush.
Don't.
Why did you just copy somebody's order? That's not how Salad
That's
Club works.
how. That is my. This is my favorite new salad because you turned me on to kale Caesar.
Favorite
Hold
news.
on. who ordered first, Earl? When we were all coming up with our salad orders yesterday.
You were, but
That's
you
all
did.
we needed to know.
But-
So then you move on. You know what I mean? It's like when we do year ends. I might want to pick Brian Regan, but if fucking Chris does, I go, oh, I can't have him now. I got to want to get another one.
Yeah.
So we could have what?
Variety.
Conversation, right? What? Conversation.
Salad Club is built on conversation and honesty.
I mean, the thread is that we all have salads, but what makes salad club a real club is that we have, differences of opinions and tastes.
I also cried into my salad a little bit. You're trying to add some flavor.
Good. Add some salt.
This is really flavorless. I'm going to be totally honest with you. There's nothing exciting about
You want
this.
to try mine? Mine's really good.
I've been forced into the salad club out of a birthday obligation.
Don't make it sound negative. Now, Earl, the thing about Salad Club is that the club itself should be like a salad, where it's a bunch of different pieces going into the club.
Oh, that's interesting.
So if there's two same ingredients in our big mix, the salad is going to get bland and redundant. That's what you've done here.
And then you handed out the wrong salads.
Yes, I made a mistake. I didn't know who got what, and that was my fault, and I'm terribly sorry.
But you knew all of our orders. We went over the orders. This was a surprise for Vito.
Right.
So there was one order that wouldn't have been confusing, and then using logic, that would be Vito's, the birthday.
And by the way, you were just standing there holding the bag and not giving anybody anything until we said,
where the salad at?
That was actually a little scary, right?
Yeah.
Like he was like stuck in time.
yeah, he freezes up.
Mm-hmm.
Earl, this is Salad Club, all right?
I'm starting to love my salad now.
Mm-hmm. It gets better with each bite, doesn't it?
I'm still not loving it, I'll be honest.
You know what? But this is the same guy who didn't love his lemon tart yesterday. It's
That
more
was
of a,
weird, dude.
I mean,
Wasn't sweet enough
I'm
for
all
me.
for razzing people, but when I took a bite and it was
Yes, the lemon is not going to be sweet. It's going to be lemony. But you're the one who wanted it.
I never ordered it.
Oh,
Earl.
wait. You said get me whatever. Surprise me.
yeah, that's
said
obnoxious.
surprise me, but if someone tells me to surprise them, I would think about that person and think about what they would
Yeah,
do.
but that's like when you say to somebody, "What do you want to eat tonight?" And you're like, "You pick," and then they're like, "Pizza," and the other person's like, You're like, "You just said you pick."
I break up if anybody does that with me.
You love lemons. You're always on Lemon Party.
Sure. Is so funny on his birthday. Pretty excited about this girlfriend, huh?
Yeah. So me and her are going out to dinner tonight. And then
Is it two of you?
just two of us, and then
Bring Leslie.
Friday, my mom's coming out. I'm having a birthday party
With the gang?
with the gang.
Barbecue?
27 of us are going to a taping of Friday Night SmackDown.
Oh, that
You
is
don't
so
even like
cute.
wrestling.
I
anymore.
don't, but
That's gonna be fun.
but mom's coming. We're all dressing as wrestlers, including my mom.
You're gonna dress as wrestlers to go to wrestling? Is
Yeah.
that something people do?
I think you
guess.
should be dressed like Locktown. And then just say, I don't know, who's a big wrestler now?
Seth Rollins.
Then you could have a big poster that says Seth Rollins, you're going to Locktown.
I mean,
I'm getting tired of this salad song.
yeah, me too. Do you think maybe it's done?
Play the Frasier theme.
Oh yeah,
that's good.
Do that. That's salad related.
Yeah.
Is that the outro theme, though?
I think it's intro and outro, or like a shorter version they use for the beginning, and they play the whole thing at the end. If I remember my Frasier correctly.
But the when there's lyrics, it's the end, right?
Yeah.
They don't have lyrics at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, the
No.
beginning is just instrumental. You're 100% right.
And then he comes in at the end.
Just notice it. Chris was acting like I wasn't.
I apologize.
And scrambled eggs. And maybe I seem a bit confused. Yeah, maybe, but I got you pegged. But I don't know what to do with those tossed salads and scrambled eggs. They're calling again. Scrambled eggs all over.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for this. This is the best birthday ever.
Been a hell of a year. Remember how fat you were your last birthday?
Yeah. I would have never asked for a salad party.
No, I remember what we were eating last year. You guys remember that? It was candy. We each had 2 pounds of candy.
Oh, that's right. It was called Fat Vito's Candy Party. You know what? I'm going to show you. I was going to post this, but maybe we should post it on the Instagram. But this is just a little tribute to Vito and our friendship. But it's great because it's Fat Vito, and we haven't seen him in so long. So maybe I'll send it and we can put it on the
Sure.
on the Instagram. Sometimes I miss my old friend Fat Vito.
Me too, because he was optimistic
Yeah.
and not so salady.
Yeah. And like he was like kind of like the one who got bullied, not the one who bullies like he did
Right.
to Earl.
Now he's thin and he bullies.
That's all
You know
it
what I mean?
takes. Any victim of bullying, all they just need to do is try being a bully and
Dude,
then they're having fun again.
Vito and I were out front for the Christmas festivities, and a morbidly obese woman was walking down the street, and he was like, "Oh my God, that's so gross." I'm like, Vito, she's a person.
He's a fat
I
shamer.
can't believe that. You don't even relate to her anymore?
Well, I mean, I got out, so.
Yeah, but you're one of those people who are like, now you judge people that like
Yeah.
probably weigh less than you. That
Probably way less. Oh, then.
See, he jumps right on
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. He's a terrible fat shamer.
Well, I have
It's
to look
fine.
at you every day.
Dude, it's his
Screw you.
birthday. It's his birthday, okay? Don't be the Earl of this bunch. We already have one Earl.
Okay.
I don't even know what my crunchiness in here is. I guess it's happiness.
Happy saladness.
I'm going to try to have a salad club with my spin class. I go to a sit and spin class. It's really
Sometimes
fun.
when you go to one of these salad places, the fucking nearby Soul Cycle class lets in at the exact same time, and it's just salad clubs all over the place.
Yeah. Those unhappy women.
They're all Peloton wives.
You all right, Vito?
Did you eat too much
Oh my
salad?
God.
God,
You
if you
okay?
choked to death on a salad on your birthday.
No, this week.
How ironic.
Are you breathing?
Yeah, I got a spicy beast.
Say baby.
You gotta watch that spicier salad, Vito.
Now it's starting to look like your ingredients weren't a good idea.
All right, Omi just sent this. Watch it with those cardboard bowls. Some of them were found to be made with cancer-linked chemicals.
Oh, no.
Vito.
Great.
Vito.
I didn't.
This
is a surprise.
This isn't sickness club.
Would you do me a favor and be nice to him for his fucking birthday?
Okay.
I was
I'm
so
loving-
nice to you on your birthday.
Yeah, it's true.
It's
I
true.
bought you some cameos.
Those were beautiful.
But wait, let him give you his present. Go ahead.
I don't have anything right now for Vito
What?
outside of these salads. But
Yeah.
this would be the
Vito,
didn't
I
get
got
the
you some of
salads.
these
Earl
teacher
did.
presents. I hope you like it.
What's all in the teacher presents? Like candy and stuff?
Coffee and pretzels dipped in chocolate and little coffee mugs and things like that.
I really am late because I had to bring that whole big bag to work.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, you know, who cares,
But
right?
you live by the good coffee shop.
Yeah, I do. I should have a coffee party sometime.
Maybe that could be your birthday. Coffee club.
Coffee club and hash cookies. Hey, you think I should get into edibles? It's not a drug, right?
I think it is 100% a drug.
I don't think so.
Why? There's drugs in it.
I know a lot of California sober people. Karen Feehan, Dan Soder, they're loving their life.
Karen Fian is a California sober? I didn't realize that.
Yeah. I only know that because Voss screamed at me. She's not sober. He's old school. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but aren't you not allowed to rat people out? I don't know if that's one of the steps or not.
It's not ratting them out. You didn't call the cops. All right. We didn't bring this up yesterday. A woman was killed about 30 yards from here when a piece of a building fell off. The front of the building fell off, landed on her. And this is right on 7th Avenue, 7th Avenue and 49th Street. This fucking building was already fined for not taking care of that. They paid their fine and they didn't fix it. And here's the other thing. She was a renowned architect and she dies from a building
Whoa,
falling on her.
That's really weird.
Like her whole life has been spent like, hey, make sure this building doesn't fall on anybody.
I know. That's
And
like
then
something
the building falls on her.
That's like sounds like it should be in the opening of Magnolia or something.
I know. It's like rain on your wedding day.
Mm-hmm. It's a free ride when you've already paid.
Hmm?
You know, sometimes you pay for a ride and then you get one free instead.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, it's like good advice that you just didn't take. I would have thought. Figures.
It figures. Yeah, it's heartbreaking though, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, the young girl that was kidnapped, and we had an Amber Alert go out to 20 million people.
Yep.
All at the same time. I went from seeing my phone with the Amber Alert to turning on the TV where people were freaking out saying she was with her mom. They're walking down the street. A van pulls up, pushes the mom down, and takes this 16-year-old girl while she's kicking and screaming. I'm like, fuck. This is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. She faked it.
Yep.
It was her and her friends faking it.
Yeah. They're thinking, I think, for like attention to her mom or something like that.
Well, she's got our attention now, Missy.
Got all of our
And guess
attention.
what? You're staying in at Christmas and no devices.
No devices.
I think she said she did it because she was sad. I think that's what
I
she
thought it was
that too. I'd love to have everybody pay attention to me
I
doing
know.
Amber Alert.
I thought it was because her mom wanted to move and she didn't want to.
Here's the other weird thing. She's not even from the Bronx. They were visiting.
That's even
really?
weirder.
Yeah.
Then who were these people that she...
Her, I read today that
White
it was,
supremacists.
Oh, God.
it was her 23-year-old boyfriend who was a Crip.
Hey, easy.
I mean, that's allegedly. You know? I didn't say it. But
A lot
this
of them are
young
good
man
people.
Vito did.
There's a couple well-known comedians who used to be Crips.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Working.
Can I guess?
No. I don't even bring it up to them.
Okay. I have a guess, though.
You don't. I don't think you know. Go ahead and say that.
Jeffrey Gurian?
Yep, that's him. I was in the Bronx when the first day that pizza came in. There wasn't any pizza.
When Crips came to the Bronx.
1959 is the day that they invented pizza in the Bronx. It's the craziest story ever. Congratulations to you. I gave you a like.
Hey, John in Tampa.
Hey guys, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and man, can't wait for the Creeps and Kids down here in Tampa. Thanks so much for coming south.
Yeah, man, we're all excited to do it. I haven't really talked to any creeps since we've been on this break. I needed a little time to myself.
Yeah. I mean, you had a very creep-filled fall.
Right. We're going to Detroit. I don't know what the date is. I think January 18th?
January 18th, Saturday.
Yeah, looking forward to that. And there's a Manhattan date. There's some Connecticut dates, but I'm really looking forward to going to Tampa too. I wanted to make sure that we booked this just a day or two after spring training. You know what I mean? Like that was, I definitely don't want to be there for spring training and enjoy the fun. Man, Vito just goes to town on a salad, huh?
Yeah,
You gave up on the show. Have you put on weight?
What? Have I?
Yeah, do you feel like a little chubbier?
I weighed myself today. I was 2 pounds heavier than last week. That fucked with me.
Yeah, I saw it.
It's coming back,
You
isn't
shouldn't
it?
obsess like that, though.
No, it's 2 pounds of fat. He has to
Yeah.
think of it that way.
It's not muscle,
Yeah.
it's fat.
How do you know? You don't know that. You hit the gym nonstop.
Doesn't matter. It
Yeah.
never goes away.
Yeah, he's right. Plus, you're what, 27? That's the year the metabolism just slows down to almost nothing.
Yeah, my metabolism's like a fucking glacier. It's over for me.
Never was even on for you, dude.
Wait.
We saw pictures of you when you were a little kid.
I wasn't fat when I was a little
You
kid.
weren't,
I
dude.
had a chubby face.
And body.
No.
That's what we
That
call
was a
fat when you have a
puffy jack.
chub.
I had like a little puffy
You
kid
were,
jacket.
you were dressed for summer.
I wasn't a fat child.
80s
were.
fat.
I turned 80s fat.
You were totally 80s fat. You're
80s
not
fat,
current
yeah.
fat, but you were 100% fat
Like,
for your
even
decade.
thinking like Chunk from the Goonies, he's 80s fat.
If
Like,
you
now
were-
he was just like, oh, he's kind of like sweets or something, but he
If-
wasn't.
If you were in an 80s movie, you'd be the goalie. Hey, he farted when he caught the puck.
Ew!
Still caught it,
Stinky
though.
fat fart.
All honesty, you didn't think that you were a fat kid?
No, as a fat little kid at that age, those pictures, no, I didn't think I was fat.
You're wearing adult
I think
size
that's
clothing.
why you're adorable in those pictures, because you're so fat.
I thought I was so fat. No, I was like, fucking, I had a little weight in the face. That's
By the way,
all.
if you go over to Instagram, we're speaking of fat kids.
Yeah.
The video is posted of my old fat friend Vito.
Oh man.
And here we are. I was fat with a baby, and you were fat with fat. And we were just enjoying dancing. Because the truth of it is, dancing is more fun when you're fat.
It is true.
I never had more fun dancing when I was pregnant.
Yeah, because your belly moves all
Yeah,
around.
it's like very expressive, you know?
I wonder if Juju will look back on this one day and go, oh. Why was she dancing around with me like that? You guys were very good buddies when you first met. Not so much anymore. You're not very close anymore.
Yeah, well, he got so thin and
Yeah.
mean.
What?
And I have a child now, you know? A lot of things changed,
Yeah, Juju came in between us. I've been waiting until now to say that to you.
you know?
That's women. Like when a guy has a kid, he's like, whatever. But
Nothing's changed.
Moms are like,
How many
I gotta
times
really
like
take
you
care of it.
have a guy friend and you're just like, oh, you have a kid? And you've known him for years?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I always like when someone says, you have any pictures of your kids? And you're like, no.
You mean on me? Mm-mm.
I really can't thank you guys enough for this Salad Club birthday.
It's a special day, Vito.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
so glad you enjoyed it.
You know how I don't sleep at night? I'm part of the, what's that called when you can't sleep at night?
Insomnia?
No. Now Spectrum just sent me a message. They're going to be fucking around with the TV between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m.
Oh, no, that's your TV time.
Man, what am I going to do? Just sit alone?
Do you have any DVDs?
Yeah, I do. I just don't have a DVD player.
Hey, Billy in Allentown. On your birthday, Vito.
What's going on, Earl? Do you not want to do this?
Do want to do this? I'm going to strangle the fucking Radio Shack the next time I see him.
Oh, my
What do you
God.
mean next time
How
you see
often
him?
do you
Right?
see him?
Gonna fucking, I've never heard you fucking talk like that.
Well, you didn't? Remember what he used to do to fucking Dave? He used to strangle him.
Strangle is like an interesting, like in your moment of violence, you choose strangulation. I think is very interesting. Like if you were to just break right now and physically assault someone,
Yeah.
I can't imagine just running two hands at the throat. It just seems funny to me.
Also, I mean, it's very difficult to strangle someone to death. They in a movie, it'll go a lot faster than it does in real life. Like you have to strangle them for a while before they die.
Yeah. It also seems like it's more difficult. Like another human is trying to overpower you. And all you need is just a little space. You get another breath. You know what I mean? It just seems like it wouldn't be very easy.
Are you acting like you couldn't be strangled?
I feel like I could get out of a strangulation anytime.
I think I could strangle anybody. Just like pure hand size.
Yeah. You do have.
You're not
thickness.
worried about your dick being pulled off?
I didn't even think about that
Yeah,
aspect.
yeah. I mean,
That's
no
gonna
one
be
just
one of my
sits there and
first
lets it
moves.
happen.
There's a fight back.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 100% focusing on crotch no matter what.
Sure. Well, that's what you do sexually. So that works out.
I mean, that's what people like, right? The crotch.
Earl, you're still not eating your salad?
I need a fork. I forgot my fork.
Oh,
why
my
wouldn't you
God.
just ask? Do you want to run birthday
I want
boy's gonna
I
run
want
you
you
in
guys to enjoy it. and
You're
I-
Has- we're not. We can't enjoy
Christ
ourselves.
on the cross over here.
Yeah, Christ on the cross.
Goddamn martyr.
Hey, he can see his house.
I'm trying to be more. I just want
The
you guys
view
to
is
have a good time.
amazing.
You are though, man. Like it's fucking. I told you to get forks. I gave you a note.
I
I said,
No,
all the forks in there.
remember the
Yeah,
forks.
but
Yes,
these
I
aren't. A plastic is not fork. And why we have to put up with a cardboard bowl if we're gonna have a plastic fork? You know what I mean?
I think this is the plastic that is compostable.
Acrylic.
No, it's the compostable one.
Yeah, everything at Sweet Green's compostable.
Yeah. All of this stuff is going to be dirt in the next 6 months.
Good. Then I'm gonna throw it directly into the river,
You can.
like I'm an immigrant.
This is fine for turtles.
I don't think we got any turtles around here anyway.
They're long gone. If they're ever here in the first place.
I just want to say to the sharks, see how many times you can get past Earl today.
He'll strangle him.
motherfucker.
He was like,
Any of you fucking pricks move, and I'll execute every motherfucking last one of you.
That's pretty good.
thanks,
What was her name? Honey Bunny?
Honey Bunny, but actually Yolanda.
I see. So they'll be at the banks. They're having this little plan like that's brilliant. Like instead of
love
going to
them.
bank, we'll just start and do diners. No one robs banks anymore. Sad.
No, it's I think the average bank robbery gets under $1,000. Like if you just go up to the teller, like give me the money.
That's not worth it.
Yeah, and I think like
It's 5 years minimum if you do it.
I was reading, I think, a stat like there has been like a major bank robbery in years, and like a major bank robbery where like you don't just go up to the teller, you get shit from the bank itself. It's like $7,000 is what they have. It's it's really ridiculously low numbers.
There's no money stored like in a vault.
That's and it's yes, there isn't any. There isn't.
Yes, there isn't.
I mean, there isn't apparently.
What are you
money.
saying, Chris?
I'm
You're
sa-
the one who came in with this.
If we're gonna be bank robbers, we need to know this shit.
You're not the
not
tech
Look,
brain.
now he's trying to fucking just Google it like that's good radio.
He
Here,
googled bank robber. I just saw him write bank robber.
Right, there was an article that came out that said millennials are killing the bank robbery, and that's where I'm getting these numbers from.
Why are we constantly blamed for everything?
Something else that you guys don't do that other generations did, and it's very fucking weird how like out of like a tradition of doing things, they just stop now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you one thing. You guys are gonna have to figure out this Amazon thing because I don't think the drone thing's gonna work. I was watching it on Sunday where they were droning stuff up, and I think it's Berkeley that has these like little robots going around delivering pizza. I'm like, how's this better?
No.
Just a fucking little robot going down the street to drop off one single pizza? The energy being used is ridiculous. It can't be
That's
good for the
crazy.
planet.
No, it can't be. There's no way.
And what's a drone going to drop off for you?
Like, you can't have it both ways. You can't want robots and then compostable forks.
Right.
Pick it.
I think we could all agree that the robot thing is a bad idea, particularly robot dogs. You're just asking to get bit by fucking metal.
Yeah.
They're terrifying.
Those robot dogs, those Boston Dynamics robot dogs are enough to give you nightmares.
Boston Dynamics is Cyberdyne. Let's fucking just accept that.
When are we going to just shut them down and say you can't go on with this anymore?
Seems like it's something the Congress should be able to pull together. Anti-robot dogs.
What do they make other than these videos?
They make robots, you dummy.
The
They make
robots
the
in the video.
robots.
But I feel like these robots are just like scare tactics.
No, these robots are now being used by police forces.
In Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Oh.
They just
So they
started.
send them in for bomb stuff and all that.
They can open doors and fucking look at shit. It's fucking
I
terrifying.
don't like that. I thought these were just like viral guys.
But
No.
the problem with them is if humans would just walk in and get the bombs themselves. Now we're against that.
What if they just keep grabbing the bombs and storing them?
Look, there's gonna be issues. I mean, this is not a good situation.
No, of course it
You
is.
can hack the fucking things, and then there's the whole problem with AI becoming self-aware.
Of course.
It's fucking
Why
What's
not?
that whole problem?
Why wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And then what do you say? No, you can't have free will once you've already worked out free will?
It's fucking terrifying. There's been like AI experiments where the AI has been talking to other AIs and has created their own language so that the researchers didn't know what the fuck they were talking to. They had to shut down. Like they created an entire new language for them to communicate with.
You know what my computer said to me?
What?
Want to play a game?
Don't say yes.
Tic-tac-toe with nuclear bombs. What?
I don't want to play that. Look at it dance, though. Is that cute?
Yeah, it's adorable. I mean, I'm getting one. Because I don't want to pick up my own bombs. Why don't I just send that out to get my pizza?
Now, when you get it, is the Amazon robot going to deliver it
Yeah.
to you?
Did you
I
guys
got
ever
your
see
robot.
this weird Bruce Willis movie where the robot, you put on a mask and then you send the robot out
Yeah.
to do shit?
And everyone's like super hot.
Yeah, and the robots are fucking other people's robots, but they're both in their The fucking people are in their masks, back in their house, and they're fat and ugly.
And old and fucked up.
Yeah. And then the last line of the fucking movie, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
That's my favorite part.
Here's your change, you filthy animal. Watching Home Alone this year with your girlfriend first time?
She's not seen Home Alone 2. She's seen Home Alone 1.
Because she's Jewish.
Yeah.
Why don't you watch, what the fuck is it? Sunrise, Sunset with her. If I were a rich man, then I'd fuck a lot of chicks and then I'd have a
Fiddler.
real time. Our life is like a fiddler on the roof. And the first act. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. People are not believing in your AI study. They say that you make shit up. When I ask you a question, you can never back it up.
He was just giving a plot summary of the last season of Silicon Valley.
I didn't even see it.
The show was so good.
Yeah?
So good, yeah. The Indian guy got in such great shape.
Yeah.
You think you're in better shape than him?
No way. But I don't know if you noticed this last season of Silicon Valley, they kept hiding him in sweaters and shit. And you could see under it.
I gotta admit, I didn't pay as close attention to his dress
You
code.
weren't looking at Kumail's
I
pecs?
realized as I said that I don't think anybody else was just checking out people's bodies like I was.
I guess he's in good shape.
You
Yeah,
guess?
that looks like you when you were a little kid.
Hey, Chris in Staten Island. Hey, Chris.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
What's terrifying is, have you seen this video of the robot that's shooting guns, and
Yeah.
these guys are hitting it with hockey sticks
Yeah.
and pushing it over?
That's a Russian robot. They're teaching their robots to shoot guns.
Yeah, that's not good.
I guarantee you the Chinese are going to build like a 700-foot tall robot.
Yeah, a mech.
That can go walking through the ocean to get to you.
You know what I really hate about these videos, and this is like really shows me that they obviously are going to turn on us.
Of course.
Is that they're always doing tests, and they always have like a stick, and they're like pushing the robot over
Right.
and kicking the robot, and then they have to like get back up to show like that it can't just be knocked over. But it just seems like they're tormenting it.
Yes, it's going to be a slave rebellion.
And one day they're going to remember the way they were prodded and kicked.
Yeah, I know.
And what's the first thing we're doing now? We're fucking the robots.
Oh, yeah.
AKA rape.
It's going to be a robot Me Too situation.
Right, but that's why they sell these robots. You know what I mean? Like, here, have
Yeah.
sex with it. That's the first fucking person who should be Me Tooing it. Somebody who's gluing together a sex robot.
Every new technology, the first instinct is like, how can we fuck it or use it for fucking? That's 100%.
That's where I went wrong with the can opener. You guys getting your Bennington shirt today?
I am,
That's
yeah,
right.
because I want it in time for Christmas. I'm going to the iBangshop.com. iBangshop.com.
Chris told me it was called iBang Chop.
I don't know why he told us
That was a mistake.
So,
iBank shop.
This weekend we are going to record the year end, or as I like to say, re-record the year end. No drinking this time. We just can't repeat it. You can't put lightning in a barrel twice.
I don't think it's a good idea to drink again. I think it's
gone.
Happened.
The bid happened.
Hey, why don't you just look into our eyes for a whole show? And
You
just
know how
focus
quickly
on us?
he'll have to turn around and pretend that he's Googling? Chris cannot talk when the focus is on him.
It's a problem.
Maybe if you disrobe, you'll feel more comfortable.
I want to keep my clothes on.
Why? Because you were fat when you were a kid and it bothers you now?
I'm fat now.
You don't have a gift for me, but if you were to get naked and show me your butthole, I'd be so
I'd
happy.
love to see it too. I'm going to be honest. I'd love to see it too.
Toss your salad
Because I
club. Here it
guarantee you
comes.
this. It's the exact opposite of clean. And that could be anytime you want to check on it, any time of the day or night.
Remember that one time he said, "I don't wipe with paper."
That was in reference to sweat, not shit.
You said, "I don't wipe myself with paper."
Relax, Chris. It's Vito's fucking day.
Vito, I apologize for taking this away from you.
I saw your asshole on Cameo.com giving birthday shout outs for $75.
That's not my cameo. This is another guy named Chris Stanley.
Gail thought she saw Louis C.K. on the train today. It was just anybody from Brooklyn.
Oh my God, dude! No, he really.
No, he looked so much like him.
It was crazy, and like the more he would make faces, like his expressions when he took off his glasses and he fell asleep, and I took another picture of him.
Yeah.
I mean, that one really looks like him.
Somebody sent me a thing where somebody was bitching about Louis C.K. again, and then they threw in the Stan and Aaron Berg and the Skanks.
Why were they associated?
This guy's point, I know it was a rambling point, but I think it was like the clubs are still toxic male. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
And
Much
if-
like your Bergs or your
Right. Yeah,
Skanks.
Bergs or Skanks. And that if you go to a feed store in Brooklyn, you're going to see a better show. Whatever the fuck they do. We're at a cheese shop tonight.
Yeah, any available
But
room.
if it's so great, why are they always bitching about the number of men who work these other clubs? You know what I mean? Like, if you've already got your alternate scene, why are you still trying to get in?
Right.
You know, it's like saying,
Embrace it.
we're Radiohead, but why don't we have top fucking 40 singles? You know,
Right.
run your own thing. It's like Vito can't sit around bitching about hot dogs while he's eating salad. You know, he's out of that. When's the last time you had a hot dog?
Oh, I don't even know because I don't think I had one at all this baseball season, so it's been over a year.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
And suddenly hot dogs are out of your life.
Man, I just want to go to Grace Papaya.
No kidding. Somebody was telling me, like, I don't like Grace Papaya. And I go, that's because you're a fucking lunatic.
That person's fucked.
And you can have a nice fucking papaya juice with
Every
the
time
$2.
Every time I'm there, I think to myself, why don't I do this more often?
I
And
know.
I go there so infrequently.
And it's the only place I ever like to eat standing up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
It's
this
not
is
an
great.
enjoyable
Standing
experience, but there it is fun.
up. Yeah. There and, of course, the airport. I don't want to sit down at the airport. I want to stand up and eat.
What if they call my flight?
That's what you should have said to the Louis C.K. lookalike. You're like, hey, what do you think? A lot of people bitch about technology these days. Huh? What do you think of cell phones and flying?
By the way, I went tight on his face because if you see body type, it ruins the effect.
Yeah, you did the right thing.
You know?
He also looks a little bit like Dean Del Rey.
Yeah, kind of does. Like in style, like more like Louis' face on Dean Del Rey's fashion sense.
Oh, that's good. That's smart.
Hey, Brian in New York.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
What's up, Brian?
Ronnie B, can you teach me about the Christmas tree scam going around right now? Is this
Well-
what all the carnies are doing out of the summer season?
Well, what do you want to know?
Well, I'm pretty sure I just saw some girl steal this lady's credit card information, and then they tried charging me $300 for 3 wreaths down in the West Village, and they're all, tatted up, talking to each other in weird carny language. You're my go-to guy. I want to.
Well, obviously, it's any seasonal business, but the trees have really exploded in price in New York City.
Yeah.
And now doctors are also showing, like, if you get scratched by a Christmas tree, you get this fucking shitty, like, disease, like a rash and
you're
everything.
kidding.
Yeah, never have a live tree, they said. Live tree, you can't have a live tree in children.
Damn.
You got your tree yet?
No, I was getting it tomorrow morning.
Jesus Christ, last minute or what?
I know. This is the latest we've ever
When are you
got
taking it down, the 26th?
Well, the other thing is we're just like, we know she's going to be crazy with it, so we keep putting it off.
Smart. I mean, you
She's going to be
literally-
nuts. She's going to climb it. Here's the thing. She has all the physical abilities of a grown person, but doesn't have the language to understand, like, you can't climb the Christmas tree. Like, I'll say, hey, just make sure you don't climb the Christmas tree. And she'll be looking at me like this. I'm going to climb that Christmas tree. And that's what we're dealing with right now.
Yeah, I don't get it at all. I don't even understand why she's like so physically agile.
She is, yeah.
She doesn't seem she's that into talking.
No, it's not her main interest.
She can say stuff, but then
She says stuff and then she'll like babble around some stuff like she yada yada yada's most conversation. She'll be like, Mama, nah, 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 nah. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go. You know what I mean? Like she's very physical.
Well, you don't have to get a tree. She doesn't even know what fucking Christmas is.
Yeah.
You could take the whole year off. Or you just take a little tiny tree and put it there and just it's a decoration. Like, there's your tree.
Just a picture of a tree.
Yeah, she'll
There
love
it. You like it?
You know what? I'm going to recommend you do that.
Her big thing is knowing that Santa says ho ho ho. So you say Santa. What does Santa say? Ho ho ho. She's got that down. So that's to her all of Christmas.
Chris is the same way. Chris was the only little kid that was fatter than Santa.
I wasn't fat in general.
My girlfriend taught me that in Russia, they do Christmas basically on New Year's. Like, it's a communist thing where they brought Christmas to Russia, so they have a New Year's tree and they have Grandfather Frost.
Oh, so they try to act like this has nothing to do with religion, but it obviously does. Well, you know, I mean, this thing was even based on pagan religions. That's where the tree comes from and the lights.
Yule is pagan.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is like each one of us can get that Christmas feeling inside. You know? And it has nothing to do with Jesus. It's just Christmassy.
Christmas stuff.
Like when you watch Hallmark, they never bring up Jesus. They bring up Christmas.
Yeah. Santa, reindeer, fun stuff.
Right. But they act, I mean, it's adults that are excited, not even any children. There's never any children that are like, I'm so excited about Christmas.
No.
So that's all we're saying. Earl, how do you celebrate Christmas? What do you guys do? Oh, you do Kwanzaa. What is that like? You bring in what?
You have like a bowl of fruits and
fruits
things?
and vegetables?
It's something one of my sisters celebrates Kwanzaa. I don't, and I still haven't really grasped it and really learned about
Your sister celebrates it. You could learn.
Yeah, I would learn anything from my sister.
I know.
We got a break, and then we're coming back with Dish.
Yeah, right back. Bennington.
It mixed with something fun, so I like a margarita. Just because I can't do shots, I don't enjoy that. I'm much more of a wine person, though.
That's weird, right? Can't do shots. That's
know.
all I could do.
That's
The
like
other stuff will get in the way.
Well, I'll do the Coyote Ugly thing, where if someone gives me one, I truly will throw it behind me or pour it in my drink, and it usually gets on someone behind me because I'm not at Coyote Ugly.
Yeah,
but it's a fun. It's a little. It's a hijink.
Like, and it's also just a nod and a wink to one of the favorite movies of all time.
I like
Real
when,
great New York movie.
I like when you're just like casually going out for drinks with people, and then just one person's just like, "We should do shots, right? Should we do shots? We're gonna do shots."
I'm gonna get
like,
one if you want.
What? Why are we doing that? Why can't we drink at our leisure?
Why can't we sit like
Why
we're
can't
ordering?
we have the things we want to
dips?
have. No, we have to all have the same shot. We're all going to do it and look at each other's faces while we do it.
Well, 'cause
okay,
that's the thing
weird.
too. If you're like, oh, you can do one, but I'm good. They're like, how dare?
Yeah, it's,
I know,
it's an insult.
They get so mad.
It makes them feel like they're animals.
And I hate when people do it at something like a wedding or something like that, because then you're like, you're jump starting the night in a way that maybe I wasn't ready to go there.
Yeah, I do feel like it is a jump start. Like,
Yeah.
let's fucking do this.
Yeah, let's not waste any more
Because
time
that's
being
what-
sober.
Fucking pussies.
Because no one counts it as like having a drink, and then you're like, well, now I have to take care of you because you're crying in a corner because you had shots with your vodka soda, and it's a whole mess now.
Well, let's dish this up.
Yeah,
Let's
do a
dish this up.
Last dish.
Last dish, and we're always starting with music. Mariah Carey. We know her song finally went #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. She's selling out shows, performing. This is her season. This is her moment. But her team got into a little bit of trouble because they ordered $500 worth of food and didn't tip.
You gotta tip.
I know. So this was in at Robert's Steakhouse in Atlantic City, and they got lobster tail, strip steak, roast chicken, crab pasta dishes to feed the entire staff to go.
And it was only $500.
I know. That's what. Mariah's splitting, yeah. And then the total came out to $493.67. They gave $500 and walked away with the $6.
No.
And this goes against so many of my rules. A, always just tip. And B, during the holidays,
overtip.
Overtip. And a circumstance like this, this is like a work thing. This is a definite overtip situation.
It's on the company
Representing
card.
Mariah, too.
Yes.
Because now she is in all this hot water with this, and that's the last thing she wants to deal with. She's
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck is Robert's Steakhouse?"
Yeah, and she's not the one down there doing it, but
No.
she's the one that takes the heat.
Exactly.
It's so bad. I know, because I was just, and also just so weird too. You have at least let them keep the change, which is a slap in the face, but just throw something else with that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
insanity.
I know.
And people do that with takeout. They're like,
Yeah.
oh,
I know.
I'm not even eating here. Well, that's not all that you're paying for the service. If it's boxed up, is your order right? There's a lot of things that go into it.
And they're taking the time to make this meal when they have people sitting at their restaurant. paying for it.
Exactly.
I'm going to write
Tip
a
on
book
takeout.
just called Be a Bowler. You know what I mean? Just trying to explain how to be a bowler.
Yes. You don't want to not be one, that's for sure. You don't want to be like the one idiot who isn't. That's why, like, the over tipping, it's like it's just safer. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, I know that, like, this person is taken care of. There's no way I'm the bad guy in this
No,
scenario.
right? You're like, I'm at least doing my part, and that's the one thing. I mean, where I feel like when I'm out to a meal too, it's the one thing I always notice and puts me very much on edge if someone's trying to be stingy with the tip or not tipping up to what I think should be, like just the kind of basic tip level for it.
That reminds me, how much you tip on your takeout coffee, oh?
$2.
$2. Nice.
Yeah, $2 is good.
Classy.
Yeah.
That's good, because then that's also for like one per drink, which is a
Right.
good
Do you ever
situation. Yeah.
notice that it's been $1 tip per drink at a bar forever?
Well, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Make it $1.25? I mean, you can't take it up to $2.
I feel like you do at this point. I think
But
that
who's
we
got
have
a quarter?
to move.
Yeah.
I think we have to move it up to $2 then.
I'm
because,
not fucking. Tipping
well, it
to
just
a
seems
fucking
like that's something that's stayed the same for a very long
Mm-hmm. No,
time.
you're right.
It's not gone up.
You're right, but there's no way to barely tip. Now, the problem is, what do you do about people who just come up and drop their card off, and then they're going to throw in, whatever they throw in at the end of the night?
They're going to do
But
20%, right?
But the cash person is fucking going $2, $2 all night.
Right.
That's true.
Fuck
That's
the
it,
card
yeah.
people.
And then also because they'll probably just end up leaving their card at the bar anyway, so they'll have the last laugh.
No darker feeling.
No. Oh.
Oh, that's a horrible feeling. And then you're like at the bar the next day in the light of day. Like,
It's
I left my card
It's the worst when like it's also a brunch place and people are having brunch like coming from
just
yoga
normal.
and you're just like walking in like the ghost of Christmas past like hi.
I'm
rough.
from last night. Hi, kids. Don't be like me.
Yeah. You're just like, is the bathroom over there still? And then you just vomit while getting your card. Ugh. But Ja Rule, he's also a artist who's going through some motions. And you know how he was part of Fire Festival?
Yes.
And that's kind of all he's been a part of for the past few years. He's trying to milk it in making a Fire Festival inspired track called Fire, called For Your Real Entertainment. And he said it's supposed to be a fun little moment for everybody who might have been affected by it.
I mean, I hope it's an apology because I feel like, despite the fact that he's been kind of dragged because he's associated with it, I don't feel like he paid the price
Yeah.
at all.
Well, that's just because he was a figurehead. You know what I mean? He wasn't doing anything.
Yeah. He wasn't going to get those cots.
No,
I mean, that had
he wasn't
nothing
going to do a damn thing.
He's like, what is a cot?
He wasn't going to do anything but take credit for the good stuff.
He wasn't in charge of that menu.
He's like, but I know Blink 182.
Yeah, I think Ja Rule. There's no way to undo his name now from that.
No.
right? I mean, he's done.
Well, he's done based on his musical fucking talent, too.
Right.
I know. Even though I'm Real, him and J-Lo are still one of my favorite songs of all time.
Yeah. But most people have a very
Yeah.
short window that they're hot. You know what I mean? He'll come back in some kind of fucking cruise from, another
Yeah.
10
He'll
years.
be doing
You'll
the Fire Cruise. Yeah.
you'll be with 10 other people.
And now we're going to hop over to a little emotional What's Love Got to Do. When they were being interviewed together and Kate kind of shaded and scuffed away from Prince William's PDA effect. Like
Ooh.
trying to,
Oh,
yeah, this
that was a harsh one.
right.
Say it
Yeah.
again.
You know, sometimes people look into these things and go, "Oh, I don't know if that was really that moment." I
Like-
mean, she
Well,
was like,
Here's
off
the thing,
now.
too. A lot of women don't want to be treated that way in front of other women because it makes it look like you're a pet. You know what I mean?
Yes.
She's probably trying to sell something there to the other chicks, and then she has this guy coming in, acting like he owns her.
Yeah.
And-
she was like, get that hand off.
And it's
quick.
insane too because she's on too, smiling throughout the entire thing very much. But she's like, "Don't you fucking like the eyes that she has speak so much for it."
Well, they know that she already knows that Prince Andrew's part of that family. You know what I mean?
She's like, "Wait, I didn't connect those dots."
Like she's just such like a pretty robot. You know what I mean? Like, how is she even real? Like, when she came out and she had just given birth like 3 hours before, and she's just like in full makeup.
And even that, she's like sitting on a stool, but her dress isn't wrinkled. And it's like,
I know, it's weird. There's something about her that is just like,
And
there's like so much perfection about her. It's intense.
Doesn't fucking Prince William look like Coldplay?
He does.
He does.
Yeah, he does.
With that lanky Coldplay bullshit.
He does.
Yeah.
Maureen
Fix
had
you.
tweeted us like a GIF of her last week after
Oh,
your dish,
yes.
and she was tossing her hair in it, and I was like, "Is she a real person,
very
or
much-
this is like a PG sex robot?"
Her
you know what I
body
mean?
is
Like someone who
CGI'd.
could have been a sex robot, but
Yeah.
instead is like truly wholesome.
They CGI'd Jason Derulo's dick out of Cats, but CGI'd her into existence.
They took his dick out.
Yeah, he's really pissed about it because they just finished. Did you see how they just finished like finishing the movie like 2 days ago?
Yeah.
And then when they went to watch it, he was all in an uproar because like they're on like tight spandex because it's a very weirdly like sexual movie of the Cats, but they CGI'd his penis out to make it look less
Like just
obtuse.
more Ken doll.
But now it
Kendall.
looks like he doesn't have a dick.
Yeah, now it looks like he looks atomically like a cat now, which I don't think was his goal.
Yeah.
That movie, I'm still looking forward to. It's
I
so good.
cannot wait. It's going to be.
I mean, here's the thing. It's like I'm interested to hear all of these songs, but I don't want to visually see it. It's confusing. I guess that's kind of how I felt with the play, too.
Yeah,
That's
that's how I
cool.
felt
wish-
about Star Wars. You know, my favorite song from Cats is "Cats." Ah, Master of the Universe.
Should have been in there.
The only time I went to see Cats recently on Broadway, and I left with strep throat because there was a kid coughing next to me. But before that, I have such a small bladder. I ran to the bathroom during it because I was like, I don't really care. I'm like, I had to pee. And it was right when the cats were running down, and I just got stampeded by a sea of cats. And I was just like, I don't know what to do. And the usher was like, move. And I was like, I'm ruining this entire experience. I was about to jump on stage. I didn't know what to do.
You should just piss yourself.
It would have been very cat-like. I was like, I'm just in a corner in the litter box. But I know I'm excited to see that. And I mean, it should be at least because you have Jennifer Hudson doing Memory, so she'll give us that, but not much
I hope
else.
she gets another Oscar.
Yeah, me too.
And I hope Rebel Wilson isn't in it for that long. Because
I'm not blue.
And then so we have sad news from Jersey, which isn't that shocking. So Teresa Giudice and Joe Giudice are separating after 20 years.
And they were the big deal.
They're
right?
the money makers of the franchise, kind of what everyone has been watching for a while, because she went to jail for a year. He just got out of jail for 4 years and now is in Italy. And they did a whole interview on Bravo saying that they're going to stay together, and now that's shot to shit.
But you know, the prison does that to a lot of couples. You know what I mean? Like you think you're going to do something, but it just grows on everybody.
And that's what a lot of people are saying too, that this was Teresa's first time without him when she's like a public-ish figure. So now she's kind of like, oh, people like 20-year-olds are trying to hit on me. She's like, oh, I'm into this. Yeah.
Do you know who Miss Quad is from I don't know what reality show?
Miss Quad? I don't know.
This is her right here. Norris interview. This is Norris's first big interview.
Ooh.
And she did it down AOL. I call it Build-A-Bear, but that can't be the possible name.
AOL builds something.
Yeah.
So you don't know who she is?
No,
right?
Miss Quad.
Norris goes, can you give me some feedback on this? I'm like, I have no idea who this person is.
Because I literally, the first thing I thought of was Miss Kwan from Matt TV.
She's on 2 different shows.
Is that like a Love and Hip Hop too? Or I don't
know. I
Miss
don't know what any of them
Quad,
are.
I don't know.
That's always interesting about reality stars is like it's a big deal to the people who it's a big deal,
Yeah.
and to everyone else they're a regular person.
It's just the person behind you in line at Starbucks. You're like, why are they shouting? That was like,
I just watched the Kardashians for the mom. Is everybody else the same way? Kids, why are you all being so mean to me? I'm the one who made you all this money.
I'm the momager.
I'm Mama Jar. She is. She gives her all for that. Yeah, I've
She
never
is.
seen that. Absolutely Quad.
Mm-mm.
Oh, Married to Medicine. Okay, that's the new show on Bravo. That's like
What, Rich Doctor Wives?
Rich Doctor Wives, which is kind of like that's a subsection that I'm interested in. It's that and Wags. Yeah.
She does not seem like she's a doctor's wife.
My favorite is anyone who's ever married to a surgeon or a lawyer on a reality show. They're like, I'm the person that you ask about the medicine because no one knows better than a doctor's wife. And I'm always like, doesn't the doctor know a little bit more than you? Just
Nope, same.
No, same. Oh, well, I like her boots. So shout out to Absolutely Quad. Quads. And then we have, unfortunately, Justin Timberlake still in hot water.
Oh, boy.
But I'm okay with it because I don't personally love him that much.
You're not
I'm not-
featuring Justin Timberlake.
I'm not a man of the woods. Yeah.
I'll
So-
tell him this. He doesn't like it. Crimea River. And by the way, you didn't bring sexy back. Prince did.
It stayed.
You ready? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's doing a song with Meek Mill now too, which is I do not know what to expect from that. But so not
I thought
only
Meek was dead.
No, he was in jail for a year.
Oh, yeah, I get him confused with the other one. Yeah.
Because but
From the Eagles. Like he's on the team now.
Hey, he was the spiritual head of the Eagles.
He's from the Eagles.
Oh, Jessica Biel looks great there. But so she's now sitting with him on set to watch him, and
Good.
now Justin is commenting on all of her Instagrams, being overly affectionate and thirsty to make
Like, oh, you're so great.
Yeah.
You're the most beautiful lady in the world.
Rewatching Seventh Heaven, thinking of you. Yeah.
Hope that guy didn't molest you. The dad.
I think that, obviously that makes sense with, this celebrity circumstance because we know the backstory here. But I think that even about regular people, regular couples that I know on Instagram, if they post too much about like my hubby and like look at my beautiful wife and you're like, what's wrong? What's happening? Why are you guys saying this? What's going on?
My favorite thing is when someone mom puts on there, no, you're pretty. You know what I mean? Like, they'll do a joke about themselves, and you're like, and then you'll read their mom go, prettiest girl in the world, acting like that. What should the rest of us do then? It's so funny.
And then because the moms, they never know how to actually like upload a proper photo online. They'll be like, look at my gorgeous girl, and it's just blurry paparazzi like shots looking a shape of water. Yeah, it's rough. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like they probably, neither of them strike me as the people that are like divorcers. I feel like they'll just lock themselves into like a loveless marriage for a while more.
Sexless anyway.
Except for when Justin Timberlake's with his co-stars. I don't know. That girl hasn't really been anything else. The girl he was with. She's very pretty,
nobody.
too. She's a nobody, yeah.
But she's starring in this, right?
She's co-starring
She's
with
the-
him.
It's a big role for her.
Yeah, so this was her debut. It reminds me almost of is it Marion Cotillard, the French actress who, when everyone thought that she was sleeping with Brad Pitt after him and Angelina broke up, and she was like, "No, I'm just in a movie with him."
Right.
Yeah.
Just trying to get a by.
Yeah.
No way you'd get in that movie without that. And by the way, she's beautiful. I mean, she's maybe one of the most beautiful women on earth.
Like offensively striking. Yeah, she was in the La Vie en Rose movie, and she's like the first actress to win an award for like the first or second actress to win an award for like a foreign film.
A little bird.
A little Marion Rose.
Marion.
Somebody's dating what's his name? His little French daughter. I can't think of which one it is now.
Oh, French.
But this seems to be the new it girl.
Oh,
coming out.
really?
Ooh.
So this is like a celebrity daughter?
Yeah, Pirates of Penzance.
Rosie, Timothée Chalamet. is dating her.
So
Yeah.
that's a big deal. They're the new
Oh,
hot.
let me see them as a couple.
Did you not see them making out?
I didn't see this.
It's a pic. They're on like a boat together, and everyone's like, "This is the first time that either of these two have kissed any single person on the planet." Oh, the one like the third row in the middle. I think it was there, or if you go down a little bit more, there. The one, and he's like in his little like wee bones. Yeah.
Full make out sesh.
It's very like. He also just needs like vitamin, like something in his.
Yeah, he's very pale. He's playing a vampire in a new movie.
I know. He looks like oat milk. Do you know what? Like it's a rough. Yeah, it's just so sad.
I can relate, though.
But they kind of remind me. They look a lot like Lindsay Lohan and Samantha Ronson.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a little back in the day.
That was steamy.
That was steamy. But I know. I just can't imagine. He just seems. Even though I saw him in Call Me by Your Name, he just seems so not like a sexual being to me. that I'm very surprised. But yeah, they're very much the couple du jour.
I don't know. The ladies seem to like this kid, huh?
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
they
the
seem to
ladies
bring
do
him up
like,
a lot.
you know.
I saw him at a Knicks game. We were sitting right behind him, and they got announced. Baby Driver got a bigger hand than he did.
Ooh.
They love Baby Driver there.
People love him. It's he's now everyone's sexual fantasy, I think.
Now, why? What's the movie or role that it's not
Baby Driver.
From Baby Driver?
Yeah.
But again, like that's like kind of like that and no longer like
I don't remember. Did you like Baby Driver? You
Loved.
didn't like it. Yeah, I liked it.
that was good. And I remember the girl in that was really good too.
Yeah, I love her.
Yeah, I forget. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was And then we have some back to another scrawny gentleman, Pete Davidson.
Oh.
Yeah, people are saying
It's
that
like a featherweight.
Yeah, this is truly just
Rolling
like
to the next.
malnourished in Brooklyn. It's kind of just the new WWE. People are calling him out for saying that he just uses, unshockingly, women to get ahead in his career, and that Kaya Gerber is the next step.
I'm sure he was joking. He's a comedian.
And everyone saying that this, like, he's now bringing her up in interviews and like when he's at meetings, he's like, well, now that I'm dating Kaya Gerber, and someone leaked all of that to the press.
Getting a lot of press for this
And
new movie, Apatow.
Yeah. Apparently, he's generating a lot of eye rolls, which is my favorite to get to someone to be like, a lot of people are walking by Pete
Well, I
Davidson
think it's
and eye
gonna.
rolling.
This Apatow movie is gonna make or break him. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Because that's what. Whenever I watch SNL, he's never really in it. And I guess
No,
because
they
he's
even
filmed-
joke about it.
Yeah.
Oh,
they-
did they?
yeah.
Say, okay, yeah.
I think he like takes a lot of breaks.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he says like, "Hey, I'm gonna need this week off."
He has a mental,
Mental health
something's
days.
mental wrong with him.
Yeah.
I forget, anxiety or something.
And
borderline
Lauren,
personality.
every
He
time
doesn't
asks-
do any fucking characters, and that
Right.
makes it harder.
And then Lauren goes, "Okay,
he just goes like,
Okay.
okay."
sorry, I'm
Good.
under the weather. Yeah. As when he does come out, he just comes out laughing and saying, "Hey, I'm Pete," and then everyone's
Yeah.
like, "Okay, that was fun to see."
Oh, girl's cute though.
I mean,
He does well for himself. That
I think
Pete.
he does. I think he dates some really nice girls.
Some really nice.
Yeah.
I'd even say pretty ladies.
Yeah.
pretty ladies.
There's
And
a couple of pretty ladies he's dated.
he feels like the Ryan Sheckler void that I,
I
feel
felt
like
bad because I
everyone
liked
had.
the last one he was with before this one. The one that was in.
Kate Beckinsale?
She played the one who played the Manson girl.
Oh, yeah, I like her.
I like her. She has
Yeah.
a giant mouth. I like
Yeah.
a girl with a giant mouth.
Margaret Qualley.
What's that?
Margaret Qualley.
Did you eat your salad?
Yes, I did.
It's all gone.
Yes, it is.
You made the day then, Earl. Proud of you.
Perfect.
Look at that. Oh, it's
No,
good
go
get
to
your
that
greens
picture
in.
where she looks like her mom on her Instagram.
Oh, it is.
That's the most
insane.
stunning fucking picture I've ever seen.
Just like I just want someone to study the genes of all of
Look at
them.
that.
Wow.
I can't even
It's
believe it's real. And because of that, like, focus, too, it looks like this is a picture from the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from 91, early
Yeah.
90s.
Yeah.
You know, not 97 or
No,
98.
of course not.
I know, and there's like a little teacup with an apple. It's very, and I feel like that's all very 90s.
Yeah.
It is.
We all used to get teacups and apples back in there.
You just wake up, you're like, I'm in Paris. I guess I'll have an apple.
Yeah, I'd be like, can we get tea? Oh, we can? Good. Does that come with an apple? Well, can I get an apple on this side then?
You go, merci beaucoup.
Yeah.
This is what skinny people think breakfast is.
Right, I
That's
know.
what I'm like. My breakfast in bed is just a bagel delivered to
I'll
me.
just have a quarter of an apple.
I'm going to give you some chopped nuts. Is that what you normally have for breakfast?
Like, yeah, but just a teaspoon, please. I couldn't possibly.
She just chews the cashews and spits them out.
How many times have you ever even said at a restaurant, why do I have to choose between toast and pancakes?
Yeah.
Just because I'm getting pancakes doesn't mean I don't want toast.
Exactly. I want both.
Yes. The one has a little,
I was
little crunchy
at
touch.
I was at a pancake house and I was like,
Call
do
me.
the eggs come with toast? They're like, no, this is a pancake house.
What?
They come with pancakes. And I'm like, I'm not gonna dip
Like,
my pancake in my over easy egg.
No.
If I'm
Yeah.
having scrambles, sure. But I'm feeling like an over easy.
But also, though, sometimes I do like an egg on top of my pancake, and I eat it that way.
But
it doesn't
with-
mean I don't want toast. I still want
I
toast.
no,
want
yeah, because you want the
toast.
options,
Yeah.
the opportunity. Because that's what the
And bring me a rye. Don't fucking bring in tasteless white toast to me. Music.
She's dating a new guy 1/3 her age.
Who?
Madonna.
Oh, good for her.
Good for yeah. And it looks like the picture is hysterical. It's on he looks like he's just kind of like paying his dues. He's very like
He looks like he does yard work.
Yeah. In a sense, he is her backup dancer, so kind of just like chops back there.
She fucks a lot of backup dancers. If she was a guy, she'd probably get busted for that at work bullshit thing.
That constant cycle, yeah. And it's funny too because she started as a dancer, so now I guess she's kind of just going back to those roots. And they always like stay the same age of like 21 to 24.
She
no
keeps
matter what
getting
decade.
older. They stay the same
Yeah,
age.
that's the one where everyone's like,
Oh yeah, that looks like an adopted son.
and she's smirking like, yeah.
Can I tell you this though? I honestly believe it's good for both of them.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're both happy.
Yeah.
Clearly.
I think a young man who's with an older woman can learn a lot about life, and you know what I mean. She's got a little bit of bread. She could take him around.
She got bread and pancakes.
She's
yeah.
going to bring up some things that he never heard of before.
Yeah.
He'll be
Like
like,
Y2K,
what?
yeah.
Like
Reagan?
the way men get to do.
Yes.
Like, women deserve
I-
that too.
Believe me, I dated some older women before I was of age, and I look back on it as a positive.
Yeah. But I feel like men, like normally take that role where it's like, oh, I'm in a phase of my life. I can have a younger lady and I can like be like, this is the Rolling Stones. You've never heard of them. And they're like, this is cool.
Oh my
We don't
God.
have
I
to-
know, but she could do the same.
Yeah, she could do it.
I think it's a good thing. Chris's girlfriend's much older than him.
Oh.
She's 55 years old. Let me tell you, too. I saw the J-Lo thing. I think she looked her age in this movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, she was spinning around on the pole, but wearing like fucking bicycle shorts. You know what I mean? Like,
come on.
no. There's nothing sexual in this whole fucking movie.
It really was it was a kind of a vanilla movie. And then what's the Constance Wu kind of gave nothing to it either.
Nothing.
She truly was just there, just like be like, I know what strippers are. Then you're just like, this is not for you.
And the story about strippers fucking, dosing guys and stealing their money should be an exciting thing.
Yeah, that
it
sounds-
isn't.
I mean, that sounds fun.
Yeah, it wasn't.
And that's I just like I remember leaving be like, it was 30 minutes too long, and the ending was just awful. Yeah.
Yeah. But I thought she
Guys
looked
didn't-
her age.
She-
And I don't mean that as an insult.
Right.
She's a very attractive middle-aged woman, but that's what she is.
Mm-hmm.
You know? She wouldn't be on a pole at age 50. It just wouldn't happen. She'd be mixing fucking drinks and telling people to get their hands off that girl's titties. Movie.
Go see Cool Hand Luke. Oh. All right, and then we got some applause. We got to give out some applause. This one is kind of it's a heavy twist because obviously I loved Brittany Murphy. I feel like everyone did, and now after she passed away, what everyone thought was just poison from her like walls and like a asbestos poisoning or something from her apartment. Her dad is saying that he thinks it's poison, so he's saying that it was like an intentional murder. Yeah.
Wow. God, I remember where I was when I found that. It was such sad news.
Yeah, well,
So
remember she was sliding for a couple
Yeah.
years. She was in bad shape, mentally bad shape. But what's weird is I was just thinking about her the other day because I saw a little girl in the movie who looked like her when she was young.
Oh, really?
And then I was like, hey, isn't that... And then I had to remember that Brittany was dead.
Yeah. Ugh. I'll never forget her singing Nobody Does It Better from like Little Black Book. She's so good. I know. That's one of the ones that's so...
Who was she with? She had a celeb thing going on for a while, right?
Ashton Kutcher.
Look at her.
Whoa. That salad is helping out. Those amino acids, yeah.
Now we know what Earl Spanks to.
Kutcher.
He's a looker, he is, huh? Ashton?
Yeah.
He's linked to everybody, too. Yeah.
He's done well for himself.
He has done well, yeah. Despite despite being almost associated with that murder.
Well, this is always something I always think about Ashton Kutcher. All right, so he's the tech guy and he has all these things. Well, there was a big thing about he was going to track human trafficking and put an end to the. How come fucking Jeffrey Epstein's name didn't pop up on his fucking laptop?
I don't know.
Oh, because he's rich. Because he's rich.
That's it.
And powerful.
Mila Kunis' silence is deafening.
Thank you.
Mila,
She's
speak up.
complicit.
Yeah, speak up for the children, Mila.
Unlike fucking Jessica Biel's, Mina has no problem if you bring somebody home.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this could be fun.
Yeah, Mila's like, I'll just dye my hair blonde.
Let me get the kids down. You guys get started. I'm going to get the kids down.
We can play Black Swan.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh. Mila's like, yeah, no, bring him over.
I saw on a list somebody gave Black Swan the movie of the decade.
Really?
Incorrect.
I'm interested in that.
I don't know. I mean, we don't have a runaway favorite in this fucking decade. Every decade, I could immediately say what the movie of the decade is. I can't say.
Maybe it's Cats.
Yeah, hopefully it's going to be Cats in the last.
Coming in right under the wire.
What is it, Chris?
Our guest is 5 blocks away.
Okay. So that way you don't have to sit and watch other.
Hopefully the snow squall doesn't get.
I know.
Yeah.
Hurry
I hate
in.
that.
I know. I mean, I really loved young adult, but I feel like I don't know if that'd be decade level.
Yeah, I would agree with you. It's a very watchable
Yeah.
film, but it isn't The Godfather.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it isn't. But it is like it was an entertaining movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there are entertaining movies, and that's the
Right.
problem. We have entertaining movies, but we no longer have that thing where everyone's like, "What the fuck?"
And I feel like this is the first past few years where the best picture goes to a movie that everyone's like, yeah, no, that was good, but they don't.
Kind of good,
Yeah, like I saw that on a plane.
I get it. It's diverse. You know what I mean? This is what happens when you're like, is this diverse enough to get an Oscar?
That's what Hustlers just was truly. They just were like, let's
Because some people are saying 12 Years a Slave, a movie that I thought was not even a good movie.
I just watch movies and I just sit there and tally. White,
I know.
black, Asian.
That's the way I am with a comedy show. Yeah. I booed myself off the stage for being privileged.
And then, well, some people are now also assuming the Golden Globes are being biased again because Zendaya was snubbed for Euphoria. People are losing their mind. And I mean, it was one of those ones I was like, it was good. It was just so weird. I wouldn't consider
That her right there?
Yeah, it's her.
Oh, adorable.
She's
so cute.
Yeah, she's killing it.
What's the whole What's her whole background? What's her deal?
Was she a Disney
Disney
babe?
girl.
Yeah.
Her
She's a
and
Disney
Bella
baby.
Thorne were in the same show together, and they've kind of had different
This
journeys.
is also what's wrong with, you know what I mean? Like these now suddenly are the independent actors.
Right.
The ones with Disney training.
Yeah. Well, that's what everyone's like. When Selena Gomez is still around, they're like, was she good at anything? We'll just keep on having her walk around.
And the Oscar goes to That's So Raven. That's So Raven.
I feel like
wants us to know it's snowing crazy in the BX. And he also I say another thing about Jennifer Lopez. He's gonna fucking snap.
And it's one of those interesting too with Raven. Do you know that she ended the year with an EP? She
Good.
decided.
Good.
She was like, you know what?
Finally.
And she's instead of going as Raven Simone, she's like, I'm just Raven because I don't want to be tied to anything. And I'm like, no one's listening to this, so you can tie yourself to, and you could just play it while everyone enters the view.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
One of the most legendary co-hosts of that show.
Yeah, they've. For years we had like 5 or 6 over like a 10-year. Now it's every year, whole new cast.
It's like The Bachelor almost. They just bring in 5 girls and they just see what
and
happens.
that Megan McCain is ready to fucking have a breakdown. Somebody that's close to her got to come in and go, this ain't worth it.
Or
I know.
it's actually
She's gonna snap,
so,
right?
Yeah. I had a friend who went to a taping once, and apparently Clay Aiken has been sitting in some of them because they're good friends. And whenever Megan McCain has storms off during the commercial break, Clay Aiken runs after
him. Claykin is always there. Somebody's just got to say to her, oh, by the way, nobody, we're not changing any laws here. We're just, have an opinion and don't have an opinion. It don't matter. This is entertainment for people to pretend that this means something, but it doesn't.
Yeah, you should not be that distraught and in tears or
fighting with Sonny Houston. Like what do you?
who
Like,
cares?
Screaming.
You have to look bird's eye view and be like, oh, this is on before the chew. I can exhale and let.
You also don't have to take on the responsibility of everyone who agrees with you.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm the voice of the people who agree with
Right,
me.
that's what
I
happens.
think whenever you're talking politics, if you take that on, it becomes too much for you to bear.
Mhm.
So you're like, look, this is the perspective I'm coming from. This is how I see it from this angle. But if you're like, I've got everyone behind me and it's all
They
I
need
need
me,
to
yeah.
say the
Right.
thing that needs to be
Nothing
said.
you say on The
It's
View
not fair.
is going to change abortion. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing you say.
She tweeted like a Game of Thrones gif of her being like, "This is for the conservative girls out there."
Yeah.
And I'm like, Megan,
You
just
could have an abortion on The
Right.
View, and it probably wouldn't,
Wouldn't change
anything.
anything.
yeah, Joy Behar will administer it.
They said they
I trust her.
They can't
She's a
believe
married to a
how
doctor.
few people are watching the impeachment. They were saying like when the Clinton one happened, it was like 30 million. When Nixon happened, it was like 60 million. And this they said 175,000 people watched the other day. All the channels put together. 175,000.
Nobody.
No,
There's
nobody.
No one.
Like they're just like, I have to holiday shop instead.
By the way, did you see how I don't need to be honest or truthful to make a point?
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have
need
to
it.
just, you don't have to say, "Fuck you, Wookie Goldberg."
Yeah. Like I was listening to Bennington the other day, and Ron said, Ron made a great point.
Well, he speaks for white males.
I really do, though.
And then we have a fun little holiday send off. Kim Kardashian photoshopped her kids into her holiday
Good,
picture.
good. Into her life.
So that she was
Now
like,
that's so funny because she just did this for their like Halloween picture. I think she like
Yeah.
photoshopped one of them in because she was crying, and then they're
Yeah.
like, "We'll get a different picture."
she said,
of
"Do you
her."
know how hard it is to have 4 kids all smile together?" And I'm like, okay.
Do you know that she keeps them with 4 different nannies, so it's very, very difficult?
Oh my God, the little one.
Round face.
I cannot deal with that little one
She
right
has
now.
cute kids. Yeah,
What's the little one's name?
that's
Jeff.
No,
I think it's
she would
Charles Barkley.
Never have a Jeff.
That looks like Charles Barkley's face. I'm not even making that up.
I know there's a North and a Saint.
I know.
Yeah.
I think it is Saint. I want to say, and there's a wet. No, there's a.
A lot of people were complaining because Kanye is not dressed in the same colors, and they're like, normally you like to make the child stand out, not the dad.
Right. He's like the chosen one.
Yeah.
He is, and he is also the child of the family in a sense too.
I'm always you know how the guy that he did the church thing with, what's his name?
Joel. Joel.
I saw him the other day, and I just was like looking around to see if Kanye. 'Cause I
Really?
bet he brings Kanye.
Oh,
in.
he.
Oh, yeah.
Because they want to start taking that on tour apparently
Yeah,
too.
it's gonna
They
do
want.
well.
Yeah.
It's
It's
gonna.
gonna do good numbers.
It's gonna have more than 175,000 people watching. Yeah. Oh, but that's the dish, guys. Yeah, that's the
Oh,
holiday
the
dish to
last
send
dish.
off. I know.
Well, you know what? You made this a great year of dish.
Oh,
You can hear Kashmir on Not Another True Crime podcast every week on Betches Media and his weekly column, Did You Hear with Kashmir on the iBang. Thank you so much, Kashmir.
Happy Christmas. Yeah.
Happy Christmas.
Happy
And
Christmas.
let's kick some real ass in 2020.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Meghan
Really
Markle.
Dish. Dish Network calls their TV and
It's too long because he has to go out and check the power lines all around the city.
I know.
And I'm telling you, that line down, that stretch down south might never stand the strain.
This
the
could be
alignment
it
of the
for
county.
us, guys.
Yeah. You know,
Where is a white squall in terms of natural oddity or in terms of
it's like it's
alerts?
snowing from the ground up. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? The winds have moved it around. Jersey is being shut down all over. Power lines are coming down. Trees.
Wow.
The new governor in New Jersey just dove out of his window.
Really?
So yeah, he goes. He goes. I need only Chris Christie could handle this.
You know, is it somewhere between, let's say, I don't know, I guess you could say, whatchamacallit? A Sharknado and a... I'm sorry, warming
it's
up.
like a winter Sharknado.
Yeah, it is. It's but this is the same snow. If you look outside, that Rudolph got called in. For,
Oh, that's
you know what I
right. He
mean?
got
Yeah.
lost.
Yeah. Weep.
It's thick as peanut butter out.
Yeah,
That still holds up.
it does. And you know what, Dave? I was
And that's
looking
the
at
best left turn in show business.
Yeah.
The elf wants to be what? A dentist.
Dentist, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
But that was for us kids the way we knew not to be homophobic because he was obviously
Right.
gay.
That was
and
code.
That was code word for a dentist.
Right.
So you know, like my mom said to me once, she goes, "Your cousin Gary, he wants to be a dentist," and I got it. I go, then I'll keep an eye out for him
Sure.
at school.
I went many years thinking that his name was Herbie. always thought it was Herbie.
What is it?
The,
Hermie?
elf?
Hermie.
Oh, I thought it was Herbie to the second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about the abominable snowman? Do you remember that?
Yeah,
That was a-
Bomble's bounce. That was
That
the
was
big.
good.
Yeah, that was the big line.
Yep.
But all
that was the first deep fake. As a kid, you got that in your
Yeah.
head. Is there an abominable snowman?
I was actually remember being afraid of the abominable snowman.
was-
Like this is fucked.
It was pretty scary,
Yeah.
actually, when you were a kid watching that.
But what a great the Island of Broken Toys. Do you remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
It was like the rehab
It
of the
was-
time.
Yeah.
As
It
a
was
child.
the first rehab.
Run by a king who is like a lion with wings, but no
Yes.
reason to explain what like Moon Racer, King Moon Racer,
I-
whatever it is.
Again, we all know what cults are. Now that we're older, we
Yeah.
can see that as a
Yes.
cult. you
And it's a
know?
very weird moment because they show up and they're like, "We'd like to stay here. We find ourselves to be misfits too. We'd like to live here." And he's
Right.
like, "That's against the rules. You can bunk here for the night, but then
Right.
you have to leave. You make up the rules, dude. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
you-
you
It was just
switch
trying to find them a home, guys. You
Now,
there was
but-
no ice then.
Long-
There was no. I'm talking
Caroline's-
about the.
Yeah.
What's
Caroline
that?
sent this bottle of very dark tequila to us today as a way of saying Happy Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really
Mother-
nice.
Yeah, they're really great that way.
And where will that go?
I'm going to put it in my coat in case, you know, the trip home. You know what I mean? Just for medicine.
If you want to have a swig with your doorman,
I remember-
Arthur style.
Yeah. Everybody used to do that on Christmas Eve in my neighborhood. You would go around house to house
Yeah.
and drink that person's Irish whiskey, and then you'd
Sure.
move down to
Right.
the next house. And after a while, we all went, I think as a neighborhood, we have a problem. You know what I mean? I think as a neighborhood, it's hard for us to feel. You're going to plug it off,
Of course,
Chris? Because
yeah.
that's why we're here in
I
the
know.
middle. of
No,
this.
I'm here to say hello.
I know, but part of that is where are you
Okay.
going from here, buddy?
David Tell is performing this weekend at Hilarities in Cleveland, and he's performing December 26th through the 29th at Caroline's Comedy Club here in New York City. DavidTell.com for tickets.
This is a New York Christmas tradition, and all the other comics come out to see Dave,
It's a great time.
hang out, and it's really, it's like a little social party
Right.
while
Yeah.
you're seeing hilarious stand
It's
up.
like a Christmas who's who.
Yeah,
Right.
and
It would be kind of like the Love Boat of comedy.
right, it really
some old
is.
names, some new
Yeah.
names.
Right,
you know?
and it's like I'll be down with I'll just have like checking off names, and I'll turn around and they'll be like, oh, here comes Big J Okerson. Let me
Mm-hmm.
chat off. Seems like he's been a good boy this year.
He sure has.
But I got to tell you right now, I'm a little concerned that this Dan Soder is just getting all the media heat.
He's doing great.
Media heat. I turn on the Daily Show, there he is. I turn on Seth Meyers, there he is.
Yes.
The old Newsweek is talking about making him an up and comer.
Wow.
Yeah, an up and comer in the
Hooray
world
for
of comedy.
Dan. That's
Yeah.
great.
And I just wrote in a letter to the editor. I go, do you see how white and male he is?
Yeah, you gaslight
Yeah.
him. Done.
Yeah, done.
Yes.
Over. But yeah, this is a great time. Not to mention his 49ers are winning. Nobody can understand
good
why
year.
he's having the greatest year
This
of his
is
life.
his end of the year.
It is. It is. On the other hand, nothing is happening for the rest of us.
What was? I thought you were on a big tour with like a bunch of guys. How was that going?
I'll tell you something right now. I know now what it's like to be in the Beatles. You know what I mean?
think you
have
say
that
the
thing.
Eagles.
Well, yeah, you know what? The Eagles were the American. We fight like the Eagles.
I figured you guys get there
Yeah.
separately. You don't
Yeah.
talk, and then you leave.
Actually, I want to because fucking Kelly and Vossett never stops. It's a sexless marriage
Yeah.
of just constant
They
bitching.
love it.
Yeah, but it's so homoerotic. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I get it. Jump on top of him.
And yet they can't quit each other.
No, they can't. They love
Yes.
because Bobby has ADD and he needs to be annoyed by something, and
Right.
Voss is happy to play that part.
They love it.
Yeah, and then Voss is always. It seems like wherever we go, he worries about it being anti-Semitic, and I'm like, I don't understand what you're talking about. You know what I mean? There's a lot of Jews in Pittsburgh. We're fine here. We're fine here.
And what what's the crowd reaction? I bet you it's awesome.
Yeah,
right?
it's really,
a big
really
show.
great. Yeah, it's a really big show, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And there's no real stress to carrying the show either.
Oh, that's cool.
You just come out, everybody does their thing. You come out at the end, and there goes like, oh, all 4 of them are there at the same time. You know what I
Really?
mean? They're happy with that. I don't have to tell you. You invented bumping mics. What do I got to tell you?
I didn't. I'm just half a part of it, but yeah, we had a good year for the bumping mics. So to all the fans who came down to see us,
Yeah.
Thank you again, because Jeff and I were always blown away every time we did, a big theater or a casino, and there was like a huge crowd there, and we were selling a bunch of merch.
Yeah.
And it was fun to mix it up with the crowd after the show too. So that was a good time. And I guess being on the road, like you always feel like you're never going to be on the road forever,
Right.
But you know what? You really are. Like that's really what it is. Like look at I was watching this documentary about David Crosby. Do you know him?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. David Crosby is still like, he went back out on the road.
Yeah.
None of his bands will talk to him. I like
They
that
all hate
part.
him.
They all,
Yeah.
nobody wants to talk to him, but he's still out there doing his thing. So, it's just, I guess that's what you do when you're a legend in music. You just have to get a new band.
Yeah, you just keep getting new. And look, he's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice. He thinks he should be in a third time.
Really?
And
As a solo?
yeah, no, the truth is, I've had him on the show many times. I've had all those guys on the show. They are right. David Crosby is wrong. You know what I mean? They're the nicest. Graham Nash is the nicest person I've ever met in my life.
Really, such
And,
a sweetheart.
David Crosby came in and he was just like looking at Gail like, is this going to happen between us? And it's so,
Oh, he's ready to get into
it's
it.
so sweet though. It was really nice. But one of my, Crosby, Stills, and Nash were coming in. This is like 7 years ago. And this is when you had to go downstairs and take your picture before you could write up. We were still worried about 9/11.
Right.
And David Crosby got here, and they said, all right, you have to take your sunglasses off. And he's like, no, not going to do it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to have the man tell me what I'm supposed to do.
Oh, wow.
And they weren't letting him in, and they were calling up, and they go, look, we're not. And I go like this. He's been a rock star since 1964. He's not a normal fucking person.
Yeah.
Put him on the elevator. Let's go. He's got to live in a different world than everybody else.
Yeah.
Did you see this documentary about
Yeah.
David Crosby? Did you see the scene where it's like he's with the Birds?
Right.
And I guess they're at a concert somewhere, and he goes, "I got to tell you, there was a second gunman. There were multiple gunmen. Kennedy assassinated. It's a it's a cover up. It's a conspiracy."
Right.
He's dressed like a Cossack. I was like, this. So that was the beginning of it. Like, if
Yeah.
there was Twitter, he wouldn't have had to do that live. He could
Right.
have just gotten that out.
Exactly.
But he had to do it.
Yeah.
Dress up as a little adorable Cossack.
And you know that just the other day, he's like, Epstein didn't kill himself. I mean, we know you're constantly into this. It's all a cover up. But yeah, it's very, very true that thing of Kennedy, the CIA or the mob, whoever, that's where we were back then. You know what I mean? Like nobody
Yeah.
trusted the government then. Nobody has ever trusted the government.
Exactly.
Why would you? Look what they're doing. They're taking an innocent man like Donald Trump, and they're building up this case against him.
I know. Have you been
Yeah.
following?
Yeah, of course.
Well,
you
then
can't
I
help
yield
it.
back to the center. That's my favorite phrase of the
Yeah.
of the whole thing. I've been doing it with dogs and cats.
And then
I yield back.
don't they say something like, "I like to strike the last
Yeah,
something"?
strike the last comment.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Doesn't even make sense.
Mm.
But when I see something like that, it's public speaking, so I think, I could be a fucking congressman.
I like how this
was
morning I
it.
tuned in and I was like, oh, look, they're about to vote. Oh, they're voting on the voting, of
Yeah.
the rules of the voting.
Like
Got
to
it.
vote on the vote.
Don't you think they need a mascot? Shouldn't that guy dress up as a peach?
I would love to see that.
He's like crying. Woo, this isn't good.
Chris, you plug in?
David Tell, he'll be in Hilarities in Cleveland
I'm
this
going
weekend.
to that show too.
You are?
Yeah.
And then
Cleveland.
he'll be in on December 26th through the 29th. He'll be at Caroline's in New York City. DavidTell.com for tickets. Follow him on Twitter @Attell, on Instagram @DavidTell.
Now you're taking Ian on this trip?
Yeah,
or-
Ian's coming out with me.
He's become the new boy wonder for you.
It's Ian or Louis Katz.
Oh,
We're out
there's
there.
a good- two
That's
good
how I do
guys.
it.
Yeah.
Those are my guys. And, we're out there. We're doing the shows. I let them do as much time as they want,
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. Let them go.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I bring them on at the end because we all know I have trouble doing an hour. And then then we hit the merch table. And that's where it really comes alive. I really do think so. I think after the show, we just talk about the table wasn't in the right place. That's why we didn't,
Dude, I swear to God, I have to hear about the fucking table this whole tour too.
Oh, you
because-
guys sell merch, yeah.
by you guys.
That would be a cool line to be on, just the abuse from one guy to the next.
Because Boss is like, oh, here comes a fucking panhandler from the 1830s. You know, like I'm like, these people were here. They just waited all this time.
Yeah, there was a couple moments when I went to the show in Staten Island with
Yeah.
you guys. I was standing there at the table, and there was like a couple comments that I was like, "That's actually mean," and this guy obviously likes you.
It's Staten Island. You can't make fun of deformity there. It's a regular. You know, it's the look. You know what I mean?
Right. Like
That
someone
was
would
a
walk up, and
homecoming.
I'm
That
like,
wasn't a
Yeah.
He's not going to hold back on this one.
Not everybody's arms are going to be the same length, Rich. Drop it.
There's a lot of industrial accidents here.
And then, you know, they'll get mad because somebody will want to talk to Florentine about Iron Maiden. And, you know, I mean, this is their chance to have that heavy
it's their
metal thing.
moment.
They need to have a moment or two. And they're going, let's move it. He didn't even buy a shirt. Push him out. Push him. Hilarious.
So 2020, is this going to keep going, or what are you guys?
Yeah,
gonna
we're
do?
doing more dates in 2020. We're doing Detroit. We got a Tampa date coming up. Which,
that's
You know,
cool.
that's your hometown.
Are you guys going to go? Are you guys going to go West Coast?
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, I'm really trying not to pay attention and let it be a surprise any time that's coming up.
Right.
But
and how
yeah.
do you feel about it? Like, you know, being on the road at this point.
Nightmarish
yeah,
for
it's
me.
tough,
You
right?
know, it's just I could only do it because it's the weekend and back.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like the thing of like doing it more than that. It's tiring
Tough.
for me. It's
It's
fucking
tough.
tiring.
When
you know?
Jeff and I go on the road, you know,
Yeah.
like the most exciting part is when we get to eat afterwards.
That's the same
That's like
here.
pretty much our whole thing of like, where are we going to eat?
Yeah.
You know, and the shows are fun and we talk and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, it's difficult for both of us, like, just to like, you know, he's got a lot of stuff going on the West Coast and
Yeah.
I'm always on the road. So it's like to schedule the tours are really tough. you know?
Yeah, that's the problem, and that has to do here too all the time because something will come through, and those guys are like, "But I'm booked that weekend," and then Bobby's just yelling, "Cancel it, cancel it if you're off the tour." I go, okay, none of this stuff do I want to be part of.
But then you could start your own tour with guys who look kind of similar.
That would be
That would be really
nice.
funny. Like this
Like
is the
Kiss
other
is
tour.
doing. It's the Creeps fucking tribute show. Well, you know, Voss's material is in public domain now, so there's nothing you can do about it. It's basically a street joke at this point.
And these are theaters, right?
Yeah, these are theaters.
Yes. That's tough for the crowd work. Hey,
Yeah,
you on the second tier.
He does.
Is that a funny shirt? I
And then
can't see.
here's the other thing. All right, so we get there, you know, you sound check, you light check, and he's like, I need more light in the first like 4 or 5 rows. And we're like, but then the whole look for the theater show was gone.
Yeah, that's right.
If you do that. And he's going, I can't get out. I go, you understand that this isn't a club. You're not in a club.
Right.
You don't crowd work a theater.
It's hard to.
Yeah.
It's really
Rickles didn't even like the crowd work a theater. He would just point in the darkness and claim he saw the colored guy. There's a colored guy over there who just stood up and said. But yeah.
When Jeff and I are, when we do the casinos, we
Yeah.
go out into the crowd. That's
Oh.
what we do. We go to the crowd.
Now, do you like the casino shows?
No, but I like the look on the guy who does the lights at the casino. Like, they're coming out into the crowd?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I know.
And they're not doing magic?
Yeah. Light guys tend to panic a little bit. But the casino thing is great because there's some people that don't know.
Yeah, they
that
have no
were-
idea.
You know, I mean, they were just given the tickets because they lost a lot of money. And
The whales,
yeah,
the
yeah.
VIPs.
And so you know, if you try to crowd work them, they're like, you don't understand it. I think I'm gonna lose my house. You know what I mean?
Not
you
in the
understand? It's been a really bad weekend.
Here's some tickets.
Yeah. So that's what they do for them. They get a free breakfast and get to see the show, but their life is ruined from this point on. You ever had a gambling thing? You gamble much?
No, well, I did at least. I
Yeah.
started gambling more now.
Right.
And like now that I don't drink or anything, so the gambling, like I'm feeling that same kind of pop
Yeah.
of losing, you know?
Right.
And blackjack, that's the game that I've been playing. Horrible at it.
Yeah.
And like I'll give money to the openers and everything like that, so I'm not sitting there alone.
Right.
I feel like Elvis would do that
Yes,
with
he would.
Sinatra. You know,
Yeah.
here's $100. Sit down.
Sit down.
And you know, it's like so funny to watch. You know, everybody like because I want everyone to have fun. You
Yeah.
know, and But I could totally see how, like, moving to Vegas and just sitting there all day long, like that probably is in the future, for me.
Yeah, of course.
Because it's too easy.
Yeah, it's too easy. And now, Voss, he had the poker on his phone, and he took it off, put it back on,
Right.
had to take it off again, put it because he's sitting in his bed. Not even poker. He's playing fucking the slot machine on a phone.
Digital slots?
Wow.
Yes.
Not good.
no.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now, here's the other thing. That's the addictive thing. You will just latch on to something, and people don't believe it, but I swear to God, about 4 weeks ago, I picked up some Trident gum. I went out and just started getting Trident every day after that. I've got to get some Trident. I'll be right back. Let me pull it here. I'm getting some Trident. You know what I mean? I got 5 Tridents in my mouth. Going, whoa, refreshing, isn't it? And that thing, like Shane Gillis came to see us when we were in Harrisburg, and like he's looking around backstage, and we got all this food. There's brisket and everything. And he's like, "Is there any beer?" And we're like, "No, there's no beer." And he's like, "How do you do a show without beer?" I go, "We're all fucking clean now." And then he does a joke about it. I go, "Dude, don't act like you can drink as much as anybody on this tour. We'd fucking plant you.
Yeah.
We would fucking I see you sipping a beer. We would plant you. And that never goes away.
That's
you know what I
right.
mean? So I'll be at a meeting and I'll be like, let me just say something to the young man over here. You don't even know what fucking Coke is, okay? I lived in Miami in the fucking 80s. Don't explain Coke to me. Thank you. You never get beyond bragging about your self-destructiveness.
Yeah.
But you got to feel for those kids because this is their touring years.
Yeah.
And they want to go out and party and all that kind of
course.
stuff. And then here I am as the Sam Elliott years. Just kind of the old sad man. My hip hurts. I got to sit down. But it's sad.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. But the gambling. I'm glad you brought that up
Yeah.
because it totally is one of those things. Like, is it bad when you get over quickly losing? I guess that's because because I don't care. Like it's
Right.
not like I'm losing hundreds of thousands of dollars or anything like that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the thing. It's like I don't have the cojones to really
Right.
gamble.
You got to watch. Yeah.
I'm just gambling a couple $100.
I mean, I feel like when people go, "Oh, I really don't know about that sport," I go, "Bet on it. You fucking bet on it. You'll learn everything there is to know
that's
about
right.
that sport."
That's what happened to my
'Cause
friend.
You're
Yeah.
looking for an edge, and it's so exciting. I mean, you could take any game, put 100 on it, and you're fucking like. I watched the end of the Eagles game, and there was just a meaningless touchdown that spread that they covered,
spread.
and I was just like, "This is the most exciting thing that ever happened." Why wasn't I betting on this? I would have lost. I would have pulled my own head off and rolled it. It becomes so exciting when there's money on it. And I'll tell you the thing to watch out for is the craps table, because that table really is excitement. It's camaraderie. Everyone's like, "You're fuck. Don't anybody move." You'll be like, "Keep your feet planted so our luck stays perfect."
And even the people who work at the craps table, they have like this kind of sense of like we're the real gambling.
Yes.
None of that all that
Right.
pie gal stuff and all that kind of thing. Forget that. This is it. This is what real people do.
It's the sexy table. There's no doubt about it.
And when there's a craps win, everybody, you can hear it.
Yeah, you can
You
hear
don't hear
it.
that going on over at the Keno.
Right, yeah. And you're like blackjack, everyone just sits on their own thinking that fucker
Yeah.
got my card. That prick got my card. That should be my ace right now.
See, that's what we should do, the gambling tour. That would be fun.
I would love to.
And we can have the opening song, The Gambler, to bring us out.
Each person, no matter what. You gotta know. The whole room is singing. They're all
Can't believe
gambling
this is the
addicts.
4th time I've heard this song tonight.
You're a gambling addict, right, Chris?
Yes, I like
addict?
addict. Yeah, I gamble too much. Yes.
What's your game?
Sports and roulette.
Roulette?
I really enjoy roulette.
Now-
It's a fucking random number generator.
Roulette, yeah, that seems to me like old lady Carnegie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You have to believe in luck then if you play roulette.
Oh, I believe in luck and
Yeah,
jinxes
but there's no skill to it, right?
Oh no, there's zero skill.
But
Ron.
you have
There's zero
special
skill.
numbers and like secret
I
ideas.
love number 17. I love playing the outside.
By the way, everybody loves 17. It's something about odd numbers. I don't.
Even
Anybody who likes an even number is
Well,
like
I was
a
born on January
Nazi.
18th, so that's my number. I call it 18.
I'll
Yeah.
play that next time at a roulette
Thank
table.
you.
See, that's another thing. If you hear something,
hear
you're
something,
like,
it's like
I got to
that-
get that number down.
That's the universe telling me it's
Yeah.
going to come in. It's
Now,
fucked up.
my brother-in-law
It's
was-
also, I guess, a white supremacist number. So
Right,
you know,
yeah.
I figure I double down on the,
Let me give
the
you the
sadness.
upside down, okay? Like I did.
The cadet.
Yeah, the cadet.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, it was really fucking funny. Because you're just like, is the army white supremacist? Is that where this is going? Because Hitler did it this way. You know what I mean? It started slow.
Right.
You know, and then they made up
Seeps
that
in.
thing. It's always funny how like the Nazi salute looks nuts, but the regular army salute, it's also crazy, but everyone acts like that one's normal.
Yeah, that one
But
doesn't
is
frighten me as much.
Just
You're
the-
like,
I have to
oh,
hide
doing
in
it
an
from the
attic when I
chest.
see that one.
This is aggressive.
This is
I'm
what
gonna have
keeps
to Anne
Voss
Frank
up.
my way out of that
yeah,
one.
keeps Voss up at night. But so you'll go right for the roulette table.
Go right for the roulette table. Yeah. Do I have any time for slots? Sometimes craps, but mostly roulette table.
Really?
Yeah.
And the
I've never
people
known
at the
anybody.
roulette table, that's like a whole different type
You're
of
with
gambling.
grandmas, right? Just you and grandmas.
There's couples usually, right? Like a guy and his lady.
There's a lot of that, and there's a lot of like very, very scummy looking dudes.
Now, do
Like,
you guys
really bottom of the barrel?
Do you hate
So
the
how do you
people
stand
who,
out?
who come in?
Right in the middle. Right in the middle, Dave.
You hate the people who come in and just bet on black.
I hate that. But
Yeah.
also, there's a certain type of person that fucking here's $500.
Wait,
right?
explain to me why is that annoying if someone comes over and they just bet on black? What
Because
is
it just seems like that you should.
That's
be
a
putting more thought
one-up
into
bet
it. Yeah.
where you are. If you hit the 17, how much you getting?
It's 36 to 1 or
All
whatever.
right, 36 to 1. So if he's got 100 down, he's making some real. But if you put 100 on black, you're getting 100.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
1-to-1.
It's
Yeah.
just like sports gamblers hate guys that come in and play the 8-game parlays and all that. They're like, please fucking go over there with the women. A guy said that to me. Go sit with the women. I go, why don't I drag you in the bathroom and cut your fucking throat? Is that where we're all going here?
Wow.
You know, we getting butch.
Well, sometimes like always because I like the gambling thing because then I was thinking like, what is the next level of it? Can I tell everyone?
Yeah.
Metal detecting because you're kind of gambling, you're walking, you're out there, could find treasure, solve a cold case,
Dude,
and even what's worse than metal detecting. Magnet fishing. Do you know what that is? You do know what it is, right? You throw a magnet on a rope in a lake, and you're hoping treasure is going to come out, and it's always something sad, a shopping cart with a dead dog, or like just like a horrible like hook hand. Like, how did that happen? It's in a lake.
But why would anyone drop treasure in the lake? Why would there's
That's
only
what I love how these guys do
there's a
it.
fucking washing machine down there. That's what's down there.
There was a guy I was watching, like that's how sad it is to watch it online. Like
Yeah.
this guy was metal, he was doing it, and they always show like the next video the guy actually found treasure. He
Yeah.
found like a bag of like stolen bank coins or something like that. But this guy could not. Like it was just the worst of everything. But then there was another guy with him, and you could tell like the younger guy was like so what is this metal fishing, magnet fishing? And like you could tell like in his mind he was slowly like trying to like walk back to the car, like
Yeah, right.
I'm done with this.
Yeah, I know.
This is not going to be my hobby.
when I was in Florida, it was the first time I saw like all the old retired guys would be having the metal thing out. And you were like, people would laugh about it, but then as soon as I hear "dit-dit," I just walk over. I go,
Yeah,
"Hey, what do you
I'm
got?"
into it.
Yeah,
I think I'm going to get into that.
Yeah, might
I
be
like
nice.
coins.
Yeah, I like to find a fucking buried treasure is all I've ever wanted. My whole
I
life.
mean, it's just how do you like you got to go to the right place. That's really
Yeah.
what it is, And what if you found like a really big treasure on my yard?
Right.
I mean, couldn't I say, hey, that's my yard, so it's my treasure?
First of all, nobody would hear about it if I found it in your yard. I'd dig it up at 3
So you
o'clock
do
in
it
the morning.
yeah, okay. So
I
you
mean,
would be
it-
like, there's nothing here?
Yeah.
Like you put it on silencer?
There
Like,
would be.
ooh, okay.
They would be like, hey, there's a hole here, but somebody murdered the family inside too. What the hell happened?
I like that.
All right, you going to do bonfire next?
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Okay, so you can catch Dave over there. What time is that? 6?
At 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
on Comedy Central Radio.
Yeah.
And David Tell is performing this weekend at Hilarities in Cleveland, and he's performing December 26th through the 29th at Caroline's in New York City. Go to davidtell.com for tickets and all of his dates. Follow him on Twitter at Attell and Instagram at David Tell.
And by the way, that Carolina show is the most fun you're ever going to have. You never know who
Yeah, it's a
swings
good one.
by, and Dave could bring anybody up on stage, and it's always a ball. All right, that's it for us. Watch out for this squall. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Peace.